Hello and welcome to the webinar. We're just going to get the technology set up here and everyone should be able to see that. Give me a second. Let's see what's going on. We're going to get this set up. So we're just getting this set up. Everyone's rolling in here. Thank you for your patience. Right now, I can see the screen has stopped sharing. So we're going to go ahead and re-share. And everyone should see what says, welcome to the webinar. We are getting started here in a second. If you can see that, would you do me a favor? Go to the questions box on the right-hand side of the GoToWebinar interface and give me a yes, Dan. I can see you, I can hear you, and you should also be able to see me on my webcam right now. So if you can drop that in the question and answer box so I know that everyone can see me, they can hear me, and we're good to go. Awesome, so we've got Tori saying yes, David saying yes, Liz, Ernest, Preston, James, Rabia, Sky, awesome guys. Thank you for that feedback. So today, my name is Dan Ashburn and I want to welcome you to our webinar here today. You may be familiar with this very good looking chap here on the left called Mike McClary. Mike was meant to be co-hosting this training here with me today, but had a last minute family emergency and he's had to tend to that. So it's just you and me here today. It's going to be a lot of fun and I've got a ton of really awesome stuff to show you. But before we do that, I want to make sure that you're here, you're present. So in that questions box, let me know where you're coming in from. Where in the world are you dialing in from right now? Drop the location that you're coming from and we'll read some of those out. So we've got Vishal from India. We've got Guado saying, I can see you. We've got James from Tennessee. We have Darius from North Carolina, Stephanie from Philadelphia, Glida from Georgia, Michelle from St. Louis, Albert from Manchester, only a couple of hours here away from me in the UK, Maria from Las Vegas, Marsha from Michigan. Awesome, guys. You can hear me, you can see me, and we are good to roll. Now, I am going to turn my webcam off at some point. I have a whole house full of kids using the internet, the COVID lockdown where everyone's in the house, and we have had bandwidth issues with so many people on the call here today. So I will be turning my webcam off, but as long as you can see the screen and you can hear me, we are good to go. So today, I'm going to be showing you how you can create your first $20,000 day in 2021, leveraging Prime Day. These are the exact strategies taught that everything I'm going to walk through here in this webinar are the exact strategies taught that were responsible for over $3.5 billion US on Prime Day, which is technically 2 or 3 days, last week on Amazon. And I'm really excited to teach them to you. Only a small handful of very high level sellers know this stuff. And you're going to get a ton of value here today from what you're about to learn. But before we get into that, just a few months ago, that's me and Mike McClary on a Monday in February, actually, February 3rd this year. We were sharing a loft in downtown Austin. Anyone here from Austin? Anyone here from Texas? Say, that's me in the chat box. I love Austin. And we were working on recording some training videos for Amazon sellers. It was Super Bowl weekend. The weather was just awesome in Texas at the time. One of my favorite places to travel to. I'm here in the UK, but I travel over to Texas quite a lot. And as you can tell, we're also having a good time, but catching up since I live in the UK, Mike's over in America, we don't get to hang out that much. And when we do, we take that opportunity. Now, remember those smiles and those goofy looks there, working away on our businesses. And if we fast forward several months to right now, this is a video conference of myself, Mike McClary, and the one and only Rich Henderson, who's the co-founder or co-creator, and chief mentor, working away on Zoom. And look at the difference in our mindset. Look at the difference in the way that we're looking at that screen. Just a few months later, being unable to travel or to get together like we used to. Rich is here in the UK now, but still with lockdown restrictions, etc. You can see in my reflection on the screen sharing, and also Rich Henderson. You can see it within our faces. If you ever needed to understand what lockdown in a house looked like, that is the definition of that. And of course, the reason that we're all working remotely and not able to hang out in person is because this year is the year of coronavirus. In my lifetime, this is one of the two top sort of world-changing events that I've been around for. But just like I tell my kids and my wife, it's important to keep a positive mind because some pretty incredible stuff is also happening alongside all the frustration and everything that's coming with this pandemic. And these positive things have come about during these times. According to IBM's US Retail Index, the pandemic has accelerated the shift away from physical stores to digital shopping by roughly 5 years. It was already moving that way, but it's just leapt ahead to 2025 in a matter of months. Meanwhile, department stores, on the other hand, are seeing huge declines. In the first quarter before the pandemic hit, they would already declined 25%. And since that pandemic, the decline has skyrocketed some 75%. So I'm here saying there's some good happening during this pandemic, and I'm telling you that retail is dying and these high street stores are struggling and filing bankruptcy. So what's the good news? Well, e-commerce sales are exploding. E-commerce meaning shopping online, and in particular, Amazon sales. And this is especially true for what we call third-party sellers, which are people like me, Mike, Rich Henderson, who's on in the background answering the questions, and any of you who are already selling on Amazon, because we make up the majority of sales on Amazon. And while Amazon has already been recognizing that for a while, it's recognizing it now more than ever. Just last week, it was Amazon Prime Day. Technically, it was 2 days, but they haven't quite got the plural on Prime Days. But we'll roll with that. Who here, actually, let me know in the questions box, who here was able to grab a deal on Prime Day? Drop me in capital letters in the chat box, in the questions box. If you were one of them, millions of people, 3.5 billion in third-party sales that were able to get a deal on Prime Day. So I've got Vishal saying me, I've got Michelle saying I did, Trudy saying me, Preston saying me. There were some fantastic deals available, with the average discount on Prime Day being 37%. Now with that, the numbers have now been published. In 2020, just last week, Amazon Prime Day sales amounted to an estimated $10.4 billion with a B, billion dollars. Amazon forecasted 10 billion in sales. They hit their target, $10.4 billion. And the most interesting thing about that is Amazon tells us directly that third-party sellers like myself, Mike McClary, Rich Henderson, and any of you that are selling on Amazon made up more than $3.5 billion of those Prime Day sales, $3.5 billion, which was a 36% increase on 2019. Now, Prime Day has been growing year on year since its launch just a few years ago, but COVID has accelerated that growth through all of this shopping, all of this retail expenditure coming online. And Prime Day is just one event. We still have Black Friday, we still have Cyber Monday, and we still have the entire Christmas shopping period ahead of us. Shoppers spent $7.4 billion on Black Friday in 2019 in the United States, and $9.4 billion in 2019 on Cyber Monday. And if you think that Amazon crushed it last week, wait until you see what people are doing all year round with this model. Amazon sellers, third-party sellers, have sold 3.4 billion products in the last 12 months, compared to 2.7 billion they sold the year before. So just a measly 2.7 billion. They added 1 billion products in sales in the course of 12 months. That's a 26% increase in just 1 year, or 700 more million products sold on the platform in just 12 months. So check out some of these figures from Amazon's press releases earlier this month. I pulled this directly off Amazon. Of the $18 billion that Amazon is investing in this year alone, specifically to help small and medium-sized business owners grow their sales, that's how much Amazon wants us to sell on their platform. They're investing $18 billion in helping us do that, because as we grow our businesses, it helps them to grow their business. So you might be asking yourself, what is this important? What are they doing with that 18 billion? Amazon has also launched more than 135 tools, brand new tools and services this year to help us grow as sellers, help us grow our businesses, help us generate more money and generate more sales. And these tools are just one part of the process, as you're about to discover here today. So you may be thinking, is this working? Why should I stick around for the next 90 minutes? Who is this guy talking to me on this webinar? Is this working? Are all these tools and all that investment actually working with what's happening in e-commerce in general, all this money coming online? Well, the answer is definitely yes. Here are some of the accounts that my team and I run. These are specifically our accounts we're involved in, partners in these accounts, and we run these accounts. So you can see here, if I just get out my fancy little pointer here on the left-hand side, you can see here the date range. That's over a 4 days, sort of the day before Prime, the day after Prime, because there's a bit of a halo effect. You can see this account here on Amazon.com did $52,000 over that period. Another one here, again, it's a bit of a 4 day period, so just sort of day before Prime, across Prime, and then the day after. $71,000 in sales in just this one Amazon account on Amazon.com. Another one here, 12th to 16th, again, it's just that 4 day period. You can see $114,000 on Amazon.com in sales, and you can see how that's made up down here. Look, 7,956 units sold, totaling $114,000. Or one of our smaller accounts here, again across that period, $30,000 across 2,400 units. Or another smaller account here, as you can see, specifically the 2 Prime days, $22,000 in sales revenue in just 48 hours on Amazon.com, selling products on Amazon. You can see 1,600 units there. Now, you may be thinking, well, that's great, Dan. You got a whole team, you're the expert, you know what you're doing. It's not just the expert achieving this. Here are some of our members' results. We put out a post in our community and got some members' results. You can see Ashma here on October 15th here, $39,000 in sales. And you can see, with the help of OSM, has been the best track for me, not only to get my dreams into the shortest amount of time, but also to dream bigger and help others achieve theirs. $39,000 in a day. Or another member here, Shishpal Singh, talking about how he was able to quit his job. And you can see here on the 13th of October, doing $18,000 in sales. Your Gala here, again, talking about 30%, about 5 times more sales than our last best day ever, which was Cyber Monday. They did 5 times more sales than what they did on Cyber Monday last year. They ran out of inventory and did $123,000 in a single day. If you look at that there, so you've got October 13th to 13th, $123,000. And the average margin in this business for all of you business geeks out there is 20 to 30% on that. So 123,000 in revenue. Think about 20-30% bottom line on that. Very, very healthy day indeed. Another one here, we've got Travis talking how he did $56,000 in sales in 2 days without using any of the deal options that are available that you're going to learn here today, and was able to do $56,000 across those 2 days. Now, 2 years ago, sellers averaged over 100,000 in annual sales, which is pretty good when you think about it, being an average, which means there's some people doing very low amounts, like a couple thousand a year, and some people may be doing a few $100 million a year. But as an average, the sellers did $100,000 US dollars. But in the past 12 months, they are averaging 160,000. That's an incredible 60% increase in just 1 year. And when sellers experience this type of growth, they experience life-changing results, like Scott and Fiona, who recently in our community earned their $50,000 a month badge, implementing what you're about to discover here today. So who here likes the idea of an extra 50 grand a month in revenue? Let's be realistic on the profit, 20-30% on that 50 grand. Do the math there, at least 10 grand a month in profit. Here could do with an extra 10 grand a month in profit as a result of everything you're about to learn here today. Give me a yes in the question box. Let me know you're present. Let me know you're listening. And we're going to talk about the power of this model. This is what can happen with this model that you're about to learn here today. On June 8th, just a few months ago, one of our students achieved over $1 million in US dollars sales, $1 million in sales in a single month with his Amazon business. So that's not 1 million in total. That's not 1 million in 1 year. That's 1 million in a single month. And these products are not COVID related products. They're actually like home and kitchen type stuff that you see in your kitchen. $1 million in a month. And as you can see there, with his daughter celebrating the 1 million month with the balloons. Now, I must say, before we show you any more examples of success, it's important to know that everything we show you are real results from real students and even ourselves. I've just shown you some of our accounts that we're involved in. Both Mike and I run multiple successful e-commerce businesses, and we believe fully in what we're teaching you here today. But every business does involve risk. And just like a lot of achievements in life, you get out of this business what you put in. And there's always an element of luck, and there's no guarantee that you will make the money. But if you do this right, if you follow and implement everything you're about to learn here today, when you do things right, you might have something happen to you just like it did on August 14th. That's the date when two of our students, Devin DeRoche, along with his wife Katie, made the Inc. 5000 list with their line of grilling products. And while they were really excited to get that announcement for them, it wasn't the first time, because 1 year before, they hit the Inc. 5000 list with the fastest growing businesses as well. And they came in at position 811. So the Inc. 5000 in America is the fastest growing, the 5,000 fastest growing businesses in America. And to land on that list, it's year over year growth. And you can see here, if I come back here, you can see 2018, their revenue was 2.7 million. And this is Devin and Katie over here. Their brand is Grillaholics. They're very open about their brand. They're very proud about their brand. And you can see 3-year growth, 527% growth in their business as a result of what you're about to learn here today. They learned the same thing just a couple of years ago. And last month, or the month before, on August 25th, we were checking out what's going on Facebook, and we saw Jay. So Jay's another one of our students and a friend of all of ours, friend of Mike's, friend of mine, friend of Rich's. And he announced that his company had made the Inc. 5000 list, the fastest growing companies. He'd made that list as well. And if that's not enough, on August 16th, the co-founder of Amazing, Matt Clark, you're probably very familiar with Matt's name. You maybe get emails from him. You've probably seen him on Facebook posts, along with his business partner, who also works for Amazing, happens to be part of our team, just made number 271 on the Inc. 5000 list with their own brands of products that they sell online, their own physical brand that they sell online. They made the Inc. 5000 list. That's 3 members in 1 year making that Inc. 5000 list. And all of this took place this year that will forever be known, the year of the coronavirus. So how do I know that you can do this, and why should you listen to me? Well, first, I've shown thousands of everyday, ordinary people just like you and I how to build their own successful business on Amazon. And these are just some of the ones that have completely changed their lives, learning through implementing everything you're about to learn here today. In addition to that, I personally built a $2.5 million a month e-com store at age 20. This was before Facebook ads existed. This before it was one click, get a result. This was good old fashioned coding and Google. I've helped thousands of people be successful in this business, as I said, and I currently run and operate 4 businesses in this space that have relationships and partnerships in over 20 brands on Amazon, driving more than $1 million a month in sales. My team and I currently generate millions in sales on Amazon every single year. And I am the leader and co-founder of an invite-only mastermind, which if you're not familiar with the term mastermind, it's kind of like loads of business owners getting together and innovating for top Amazon sellers. I see it all and I cross it all. And that's how I know I can help you here today. In addition to that, Mike, who's helped me put this training together here today, spent 20 years in the corporate world, started his own business in 2013 after feeling a bit burnt out in corporate, and he quit his job 1 year later. He has sold millions in products and continues to sell millions in products on Amazon every single year, and has shared the stage at some of our events with icons like Sir Richard Branson here on the right from Virgin Group, Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad Poor Dad, one of the best-selling authors of all time. And you can even see there on the right, Mike's name on his corner office in his corporate world. He's trained over 11,000 people on this model, and his mission, really, his objective, it's not so much the money. His job and mission here is to help you break free. That's what Mike believes in. So why are we here today? Why are you here today? Well, by the end of this training, by the end of this webinar here today, you're going to discover how to build your own brand of products leveraging Amazon. You're going to understand everything is done online and can be run from your own home. It takes a minimal time investment. This business takes around 1 to 2 hours per day. The more time you put in, the faster it progresses, but you can build this business quite comfortably in 1 to 2 hours a day around any current commitments. Get up earlier, go to bed later is kind of the theme. And you never have to be dependent on your 401k again. And with what's happening in the world today, that is my mission for you, is to become financially free, implementing everything you're about to discover. Now, ultimately, specifically, I want to show you how to create your first $20,000 day in 2021. Who here likes the idea of setting that as their target? That by 2021, you could be sat at your computer like I am now, achieving your first $20,000 day. Give me a yes in the chat box if that is you, if that sounds like something you're interested in learning. So I'm getting a me from Lavender. We've got a yes from Chantel. Thank you for the feedback, guys. Norm says listening. Carol says you froze. Hopefully I'm not froze anymore and we're good to go. But we're going to get rolling here in a second. Now, with that, by the end of this webinar, you will understand how this business model works. You will know what you need to do to build your own business, and you will know how to skyrocket sales on major sales days like Prime Day, like Black Friday, like Cyber Monday, and a whole lot more. But before we get into that, some housekeeping. We will be here for around 1.5 hours. I'll set aside around 30 minutes at the end to answer all of your questions. So if you're sat there with questions, please drop them in the questions and answer box. Rich, Sonia, the team in the background are there help to answer your questions, and I will answer them live at the end. We are going to send out a replay. So for everyone going, is there a replay of this? Yes, we're going to be sending out a replay. But with that, I want you to stick around, because at the end of this, I have a very special bonus for you. Not something I would usually give out. But as you showed up today, I wanted to reward that action. We like action takers. We like commitment. We like people who own their future. And for that, I'm going to give you the top 20,000 product searches that took place over Prime Day. This list of searches on Amazon is a gold mine. If you understand what this business is and you're looking for a product, this list is a gold mine. So stick around to the end. I'm going to give you the link to that. We also will answer live questions at the end of the call. And throughout the training, there are 4 Amazon gift cards at the value of $100. And when I prompt you, the first person to give me the correct answer in the questions box will be the winner. Sonia will take your name down and we will send you a $100 Amazon gift card. Now with that, I'm going to go ahead and wave goodbye. I'm going to turn off my webcam because I don't want there to be any glitches and freezing. And ultimately, I don't want to distract you from what actually matters here today, which is understanding everything I'm talking through. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my webcam. That should be turned off. Everyone should be able to see my screen, and we're going to dive right in. Give me a number 2 in the questions box if you're ready. Give me a number 2 if you're focused, you're ready. You've turned off Facebook, you've turned off the television in the background, and you're ready to understand this. Awesome, getting lots of 2s. Christopher, Leanne, Shake, Megan, Stephanie, Harold, Marsha, Maria, Ashley. Wow, they're coming in fast. Good guys, let's get rolling. So this is not new. We know that e-commerce growth has been accelerating since 2009 and has been growing year on year. But what happened this year with COVID? Money has been coming off the high street and online for the last 10 years. But because of COVID, we've experienced 10 years worth of online sales growth in just 8 weeks. COVID-19 has accelerated the change in our shopping behaviors as human beings. Studies show it takes on average 66 days to form a new habit, and we're in the region of 210 days into this pandemic. Data from global data coming out of major data sources has shown that the trajectory of e-commerce as a percentage of GDP has been accelerated substantially from its original growth path. And you can kind of see this here with the dotted line as a result of COVID hitting the start of 2021. With that, there are categories that have done very, very well. This data has come from some major online retailers and platforms. You can see, apart from sort of medical as an obvious choice, baby products, household goods, toys and games, working from home, an obvious one, food and beverage, household goods, pets, beauty care, sports and fitness, all up in their growth in terms of revenue. So if you think redundancy and all this scary stuff that's been happening, a small segment of society that was set and geared and ready for this has been earning more money than they've ever earned before because of this surge. We are living in what I'm calling the golden era of e-commerce being online shopping. And specifically, the best place to sell physical products online is Amazon. According to Statistica, Amazon was responsible for 45% of US e-commerce spending in 2019. This means at least 1 in every $2 spent online is spent on Amazon. And that prediction was before COVID, before this acceleration. 1 in every $2 spent on Amazon. Meanwhile, Amazon can't handle the capacity and they're hiring 100,000 more workers to keep up. Goldman Sachs, arguably the biggest investment fund in the world, sees a 28% upside in the potential of Amazon. And every single month, more than 206 million people around the world get on their device and visit Amazon.com. That's more than the entire population of Russia. A mind-blowing statistic. So you probably stay here thinking, well, Dan, that's great. Nice to meet you. We see this opportunity, but so what? What does this mean to me? Right now is the best time in history to start an e-commerce business on Amazon that can set you free for life. And not just you, your loved ones, your family, and everyone around you. $26 trillion spent in retail is coming online. Now, who here has heard this? Who here has friends telling them, oh, it's the new normal? You might hear it on the news channel. It's the new normal. Who here is tired of hearing the new normal? Give me a me in the chat box if you're tired of hearing the new normal. I believe that everyone during this pandemic started out with this sense of optimism. Yeah, this thing will pass. It'll be done by the end of the year. The governments will handle it. It'll be done. We'll get back to it. Everything will open back up. But reality has set in and is starting and continuing to set up. The only reality and the only certain thing in the world right now is the future of uncertainty. There is an uncertainty globally around what the future holds. Now, you're likely wondering what the future looks like. You may be unsure about your financial security and maybe even job security with the way everything's going. But if you take action on the training I'm about to give you, you can take control, you can look after your loved ones, and not only create financial freedom and time freedom in your life, but you can give yourself what I call freedom of choice. Freedom of choice. One thing has become very clear during this pandemic. Through all of this, if you don't own or work for a business that sells most of its products online, then you are in a vulnerable position. And my message is, do not wait for the politicians or your boss to decide your financial fate. Accept that we are in a pandemic era. And whilst you can't control what's happening in the world, you can control how you choose to respond. And that response, and my pledge to you, is to create your first $20,000 day in 2021, following a very simple 3-step system. Just like our member did here very recently, I literally pulled this off Instagram today, who hit $3,000 in sales on Amazon within 10 days of launching their product. And you can see all the turbulence around COVID, so much doubt, so much uncertainty, but I'm quickly climbing the ranks, running out of inventory, and has generated $3,000 in sales in the first 10 days. Now, I have a question for you, and I want an answer in the chat box, in the questions box. How hard would it be to sell a bottle of water to someone dying of thirst in the desert? Give me an answer to that question. How hard would that be? And Michelle is straight in there with not. Harold saying easy, Odessa saying not very hard. You're all correct. In business, if you can find areas where there is more demand than there is supply, you don't have to sell. You just have to show up and do no selling at all. You literally just have to show up with your product. Where most people fail in business is hoping for customers to show up and then come up with what they think is a bright idea and hope it will sell. It's way easier to go where you know customers already are. That's the best way to build a business. Today, this is now possible. You can find opportunities where there are a lot of people looking to buy something and there is almost zero competition. With that, people selling products online are positioned for the new world and are making a lot of money, as I've just shown you here today. Now, there's a place you can go to find out exactly what people are already buying, and they rank all of the products on their site and let you know what's selling the best and what's selling the worst. Now, that place is Amazon, and on Amazon, when you look at any product listing, just like this footrest pillow, one that I ordered myself yesterday, which is why it's the demonstration in this presentation here today. Every single listing has something called a best sellers rank. And you'll see this product is number 161 in the office products category. Now, the lower that number is, the more volume, the more units, the more money that seller is making. Now, the great thing about this is using some proprietary tools that I'm going to show you how to get access to here today, you can lock in your profit before you even start. You know what you can sell it for. You just check the price on Amazon. You know what you can buy it for. I'm going to show you how to do that here in step 2. And you know your exact costs. Again, I'm going to show you soon in step 2. And with that, once you've placed your product appearing in the search results for a specific search term. So you can see here the search term office footrest. This product showing up here. The aim of the game is to release a product and get your product to show up for the target search. Once we do that, we know exactly how much profit we can make with that product. So you can see the example product is currently generating $554,000 in profit, not revenue, profit every single year after advertising. That's pure profit on the bottom line. And I'm assuming a 20% profit margin after ads. That's about typical. This second product here, $183,000 every single year in profit, $141,000 every single year in profit. And finally, this ergo foam here, $343,000 every single year in profit after all costs and advertising, assuming a 20% margin. Who here likes the idea of sitting at home, not touching product, generating an extra 300 grand a year in profit following the system? Give me a yes or a 1 in the chat box. Let me know that you're listening, and I'm guessing plenty of yeses. Very stupid question. Who wouldn't want that? So just like our member Victor here, who recently got to their $25,000 a month badge, and we were congratulating them there in the community. And funnily enough, Lyden Smithers, one of my business partners, has liked that post. So prize time, first of 4. I have a question for you, and the first person to answer correctly in the question box is going to win a $100 Amazon gift card. When I announce the winner, I just need you to drop your email address into the chat box so Sonia can grab that in the background and we can get that to you. So the question I have for you, how many people shop on Amazon.com every single month? How many people shop on Amazon.com every single month? And the first person is, I think so, yeah, Odessa. I'm going to, forgive me if I pronounce that incorrectly, but Odessa, I'm going to say Odessa. Odessa, well done, $100 Amazon gift card. Please drop your email address in the chat box so we can go ahead and get that to you. Well done. Good job on listening. Plenty of right answers there. Keep paying attention. There's another 3 more of these. Okay, so we know that we can lock in the profit. We know that we understand exactly how much money we can make. Now let's get into the 3-step system, and you want to write this piece down. So the first step of the 3-step system is research. The second step is validate. And the third step is launch. This is all you have to do to get this business rolling. Research products, validate they're viable, launch those products. So step 1, research. Our goal is to come up with 50 product ideas. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. 50 product ideas. Now, why finding the right opportunity is critical? Your product is your cash machine. It's the cash machine that puts the profit, the dollars in your bank account. You want to make sure that you go where a lot of customers already are. They're already shopping. Remember, think about the desert and the water. But you want to find a product with little competition so that you don't have to do anything. You just have to show up with that product. Your goal is to start making money as soon as your product is available. So to do this, I want you to go ahead and write down your personal interests. So maybe your hobbies, your current career, your passions in life. Maybe you had previous hobbies or previous passions that you came away from and wish you could get back to. Make a list of what those are. I then want you to open up Amazon.com. And even if you're outside the US, I'm in the UK, I do not live in the US. We advise starting on Amazon.com because that's where the most sales are happening, and it's the easiest place to make sales because there's so many sales happening. Yes, we can expand off into .co.uk and Germany and Spain and Italy and France and Mexico and Canada and Japan and Australia. We can go into all these places once we've established the business. But Amazon.com is where you want to start. And yes, you can sell on Amazon.com even if you don't live in America. Trust me, you can do it. I do it right now. So open up Amazon.com. And then in the search bar at the top, I want you to enter a hyphen or a minus, followed by 8 or more random characters. Then you're going to hit enter or search. And once you've done that, it's going to bring up the department list here on the left-hand side. And what you're then going to do is match your personal interests to these 3 remaining categories. So pick your top 3. Home and kitchen is a great starting point. Have a look at home and kitchen. And then once you dive into home and kitchen, you're then going to enter the hyphen with 8 or more random characters again. And then from there, you're going to click through 3 or 4 subcategories. So this one's an example of sports and fitness. And as you can see, within sports and fitness, you've got then these subcategories. Now, the reason you're going deeper into the categories to find the top products is because you want to look where other people aren't selling. Most people just look at that top category. Very few people will go into that subcategory. And at the top category, there's a bunch of competition. So the deeper you go, the more hidden gems you're going to find. So I really encourage you to click through and match those categories to your interests. And the reason we say that is you're going to understand the customer you're selling to if you have some awareness of the products that you're selling, which is why we say to match those interests. Cool. From there, you're then going to create a list of 50 products that you like the look of. So don't worry about that. I'm just seeing in the chat box there, Rich, a couple of people saying sound's gone. So make sure, can everyone hear me? Give me a yes in the questions box if you can hear me. Yeah, getting yes is awesome. So we're good to roll. So on this point, you're going to create a list of 50 products that you like. Now, do not overthink this step. Don't get that analysis paralysis. Just write down all the products that you like the look of that match your passion, your career, your hobbies, your interests. Next, prize time. Quite a simple one. So get ready to drop in the question box. How many product ideas should you write down? How many product ideas should you write down? And Sonia's going to confirm in the background, but I'm seeing it as, I'm going to again try and pronounce this. I think it's Migena or Migena. Yeah, Migena. 50 is the correct answer. 50 product ideas we're looking for. So write down on your pad in front of you, if you're taking notes, you're looking for 50 product ideas within those subcategories. Magena, drop down your email address into the chat box so we can get that $100 Amazon gift card sent virtually, digitally to your email address. Well done. Keep listening, people. We're rolling through. Lots of good answers, lots of good engagement. This is really rolling. We're starting to get into it now. I'm feeling good. So that's step one. Step one, we've had a look through the categories. We've gone deep into the categories and we've written down 50 things we like that align with our hobbies, our passions, our careers. Step two is all about validation. Validating those products are financially viable. So it's all good and well just launching a product, but we really want to understand, is it worth our time? And our goal here is to cut that list down to around 25 opportunities. Now, this isn't a fixed number. This is not a fixed number. The whole point is reduce that list. So 25 opportunities is a good starting point. So in step two, we're going to do something that we call confirmed depth of market. And I'll explain exactly what that means here in a second. We're going to determine the potential profit of each product on your list. We're going to narrow that list down to the top 3. We're going to contact suppliers to get accurate pricing and a sample. And then we're going to choose the best opportunity on your list. Now, before we get into that, why this is important, you should have a list of 50 opportunities, and we need a way to narrow that down. Not all products on your list will be equal, and we want the best ones available. We only want the ones that are viable. So to do that, we're going to install a Chrome plugin. So for anyone that uses Google Chrome, the internet browser, you might use Safari, you might use Mozilla Firefox, you might use Internet Explorer, I think I said. You need to be using Google Chrome, the internet browser. Google Chrome has add-ons or plugins, as they're known. You want to search Google for Managed by Stats Retriever. This is completely free. And once you've installed it, when you open up Amazon, you can click this plugin, and it's going to give you very specific information about the products that are on the page. So first up, it's going to give you all the products, as you can see here on the left-hand side, based on where they show up. It's going to tell you their price, which we can see anyway. But what it's going to do that you can't do on your own is it's also going to tell you exactly how much sales revenue that product is generating every single month on Amazon. So remember that footrest that I used as an example? That footrest is generating $230,000 in sales every single month right now on Amazon. The next one, the Mind Reader 75, that Ergo Foam, that fourth example I showed you, is currently doing $143,000 every single month in sales. Once you've opened up Managed by Stats Retriever and you've got this data on the products that are in front of you on Amazon, you can then click this filters button, and you'll see that I've entered a minimum price of 15, a top price of 100, a minimum revenue of 40,000. Now, the reason we've added 40,000 is the minimum profit margin is about 20% in this business, which means if you want a 6-figure, it's more than 100,000. If you want more than 100,000 in income per year, this is the number you need to be hitting per month to achieve that. So if you want to get to 100 grand a year in profit, you need to be roughly at about 40,000 monthly sales to be able to achieve a $100,000 salary. So figure out, start thinking about what you want to achieve, what's your income target, and you start using these filters. And the whole goal with this is once you've added this, you're looking to see results that achieve that. And the whole goal is we want to see a product where there's people doing sort of a lower amount of revenue, maybe $5,000 with a lower number of reviews. There are some products doing sort of 15,000, 20,000 with maybe hundreds of reviews. And then something to work towards, a goal to work towards over 12 months. We want to see products that are doing 50,000, 100,000 in revenue, like we've just seen, that maybe are in the thousands of reviews. So we can enter the market at this lower step on that ladder. We can enter the market at the lower step. And then over time, as we acquire more proof, more reviews on our listing, we can slowly start to increase our sales up to those bigger numbers. So if I show you this example here, you can see revenue. I've ordered by monthly sales here. So you can see like the big seller, 7,000 units a month. This one here is doing 4,000. You can see I've sort of ordered it here by monthly sales. And you can see down at the bottom, I've got sellers doing sort of 7,000, 11,000, 15,000. And you can see sort of into the hundreds. There's a couple here that are obviously quite new, doing 15,000 with only 17 reviews. Then as I increase up that ladder, you can see right at the top into the thousands of reviews, hundreds of thousands in sales. And you can see quite a steady incline. Now, this is somewhat of a competitive product. I mean, we're into thousands of reviews for the top 10 products there. So this is quite competitive as a product. But you can see the example of what I'm talking about here, this sort of increase in reviews and increase in revenue. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a good, steady incline with an entry point. So you can see these people are entering here, where you can enter the market at the bottom of the staircase, and then a steady incline where you can start climbing the stairs of revenue and reviews. So that's really the goal that we're working towards. So that's what we call depth of market. And we've just confirmed that that product opportunity has depth of market. The next thing we need to do is determine the potential profit of each product on your list. But before we do that, is everyone with me? Give me a number 5 in the question box. If this is making sense, you understand the concept, you understand that you're looking to enter at one point and then grow to another. Getting plenty of 5s here. Awesome, guys. James, Marsha, Michelle, Marie, Ashley. Awesome feedback. Now let's determine the potential profit of each product on that list. Then we're going to narrow down to the top 3, contact suppliers, and choose the best opportunity. So remember my office footrest. I have one on the way. If I then went to a website called alibaba.com, you've more than likely heard of this website. You've probably got friends that have ordered from it if you haven't done it yourself. Alibaba is a great directory of manufacturers, factories on the ground in places like China, India, Thailand, Vietnam, that are manufacturing these products, and you can buy those products from. So if I go to Alibaba and enter office footrest, you will then see that this factory here, which is in Yiwu in China, has been on Alibaba for 6 years, lots of good reviews, has this product available, which actually looks like a bit of a better product. So it's got that hard base and you can actually turn it upside down for between 10 cents and $5 per piece. So you can see that, and there's even 2 optional colors. So that's our cost per unit. Let's take the $5, that's our cost per unit. The important question you have to ask at this point to validate this product and write this down is, can I sell this product for 4 times what I buy it for? Can I sell it for 4 times what I buy it for? 4 times is enough to cover all of Amazon's costs and still make some profit and put those dollars in your bank account at the end of the day. So I'm buying it for 5, I'm selling it for 32. 5 times 4 is $20. Yes, it meets my validation check. I can definitely sell this for at least 4 times what I'm buying it for. Then what we're going to do is go to Google and search for Amazon FBA revenue calculator, and this little tool will pop up. This is the first thing, and the first thing you want to do is ignore this middle column because you're not fulfilling it. Amazon is going to do all the hard work for you. You never even touch the product. It goes to Amazon. They handle all the logistics. So you want to let Amazon do all the logistics, the shipping. So you want to use this column here on the right. So what you can see is I've entered that $32.95 sale price from the example. Amazon's telling me that they're going to charge us $4.95, which is 15%, commission for using their platform. I'm totally okay with that. They've got the customers. I don't need to go find them. They can have the 15%. In addition to that, it's going to cost $4.88 for Amazon to ship that product using Prime to my customer. So they handle all of the shipping, the logistics, and they send it. I've then, based on the weight and size of this product, it will cost me around $3 to get this product from China into America in shipping. And I know that because I've got shipping quotes. So my total fulfillment cost is $7.88. And you can see Amazon pays us $20 out of that 32. It cost me $5 to buy that product, as we just saw on Alibaba, giving me a net profit of $15 US per sale, or 45% net margin, 45% profit margin. You want to achieve a minimum of 25% profit margin to make this business work. 25%, write that down. We're at 45%. We're well above that minimum of 25%. So we've confirmed the depth of the market. We've determined the potential profit of each product. In this case, it was $15 or 45%. Now we need to narrow down the top three and contact suppliers. So when you're narrowing down the top three, you just look at what's going to be the most profitable. What do you feel the best about? What do you like? What do you have the best vision for? You could really work with. Where's the best opportunity? And then using Alibaba, you just use that contact supplier button. They have a whole messaging interface. It's kind of like Facebook Messenger. It's really easy. And you can contact 10, 20, 30, 40 suppliers and have those conversations, get accurate pricing. And then from the 2 or 3 that you really have a good conversation with, ask them to send you a product sample in the post, which will take around 5 to 7 days if you use express air shipments. You can have that sample in your hand from that factory in somewhere like China, Vietnam, India, Thailand, all these great sources through to you in less than sort of 5 or 7 days. And then ultimately, you just choose the best opportunity on your list based on that profit margin. Is everyone with me? Give me a yes in the questions box if you're following, or type following. Give me a following in the questions box if you're understanding this and everything's coming across. So yeah, Michelle saying following, Harold, Stephanie, James, Sky, Shanibra, awesome. Yesy, look, John, getting lows, Deborah, yeah, Hazel, wicked. Okay, so third time for the $100 Amazon gift card. When it comes to your profit margin, what is the minimum profit margin that you are aiming for? What is the minimum profit margin that you are aiming for? And the first person to answer, wow, that was fast. The minimum profit margin, not the profit margin in the example, is 25%. And the first person to answer that is Liliana Gamma. Liliana, well done. Drop your email address in the chat box. Let us get your email so we can get that card out to you. Well done for responding. Well done for listening. 25%, I believe, yeah, was the first one there in the questions box. So well done, guys, for listening. Let's push forward. Step 3, launch. So step 1, we've researched. We found 50 opportunities. Step 2, we've validated. We narrowed that list down to somewhere around 25 opportunities and then picked our best one. Now we've picked our best one, we've got our sample, we've got our supplier from Alibaba. It's time to launch the product. And the goal here is to launch one product. But before we get into that, it's really important. You must own your own brand. And the reason it's really important to own your own brand is we want to avoid price wars for what we call the buy box. Who here has seen this? So you look at GoPro, you look at Apple, maybe look at iPhones, AirPods, Apple Watch, etc. And Amazon tells you that there are new and used, and there are 16 people selling this product, and they give you a front price. Who here is familiar with this? Let me know in the questions box. I'm just scrolling down. Yep, awesome. This means that these sellers are selling someone else's brand, someone else's product, and ultimately, the only way you win is dropping your price, which means reducing profit for all sellers, and it's a race to the bottom. When you own your own brand, it means you own 100% of those sales because you're the only one selling that brand, which leads to higher profit margins and better control. And ultimately, you're building an asset that has value. As you're going to learn, I've got friends that have sold this business for $4, $5, $6, $7 million because they own that asset, which is wealth building versus just generating cash. So it's really important to own your own brand. Now, to create your own brand, you need to come up with a list of potential brand names. And then simply check for a .com domain and do a USA trademark search. So namecheap.com, godaddy.com, you can actually get a domain name for $1, I believe, right now. Just don't overthink this, something that aligns with your brand. Get the domain name for the .com, the www.yourbrand.com, and then also quickly do Google and search for a US trademark search and just quickly check that someone doesn't own the trademark on that brand. You're then going to go ahead and get a logo created somewhere like fiverr.com. You can get that done for $30, $40 there. It'll take a couple of attempts. Or if you're willing to spend a couple $100, you can go to a website called 99designs.com, which is where all the professional designers hang out. And you can actually get hundreds of designs back because it's a contest website. That's the one that I like. That's where I get all my stuff done. Then you're going to have your manufacturer, your factory in China, if you choose to work with China. Do your packaging design to start. This is completely free. It won't be the best design. It's not going to be the fanciest design, but it gets you going. And then you simply send your logo file to your supplier and you order your inventory. That's how you create your own brand. It's really that simple. Don't overthink it. Just get rolling. That's how you get started with this business. Now, the number one question we always get is how much inventory should you order? Now, you want to start with at least 300 units. The average product costs with shipping somewhere between $3 and $6. So if we take that average, 300 units, at $3, it's going to be $900. At $6, it's going to be $1,800. So from the previous example, profit per unit was $15. If you were to sell 300 units per month of that footrest that we just walked through, that's $4,539 in profit every single month. How many products like that do you think you would need to quit your 9-to-5, take care of your family, and earn your income? Not many, right? It's not a bad start. Now, I want to say, and I really want to state here, the more units you start with, the faster you can grow. Ideally, you order more units, but 300 is a minimum and gets you going in this business. It just means you'll take a bit longer to get there. So this is how you build a nearly automated business that you can run from home or anywhere in the world. Step one, you're going to contact your supplier and make some inventory. Step two, you're going to have them ship it to Amazon's warehouse. Step three, they'll pick and pack it, handle returns, chargebacks, and even ship it to the customer. People are shopping on Amazon. They'll buy your products. They're already there. And then Amazon will send you a deposit every 14 days after deducting their fees. So every 14 days, Amazon send you money. And then you monitor your inventory. And when it starts running low, you contact your manufacturer again and have them send more inventory to Amazon. It really is that simple. That's the business. Now, there's some stuff that goes into it that I'm about to show you, but that's how you run an automated business that you can literally run from a beach if you need to. And then after you get your product ready for sale on Amazon, you then need to get your product to show up. So we've got our products, we've got our inventory, and we've got it to Amazon's warehouse. Now it's time to get that product to show up for sale, because just having it at Amazon isn't quite enough. Just having it there isn't going to generate sales. You need to get your product to show up when your target customers are searching relevant search terms. They're searching for your product. You need to get your product to show up, and that's how we generate the sales. So how do you make your product show up before the other hundreds of similar products? Well, lucky for you, I'm about to show you exactly how, and this is tried and tested and generates hundreds of millions in dollars in sales every single year across our community, into billions. And we call it the 3-step ranking formula, and you're about to learn this. So you've already discovered the best search terms come from that search bar, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second a little bit more. We're then going to use those search terms in advertising and drive targeted sales with cashback offers. So when it comes to search terms, step one of this process, the longer the search term, the easier it is to rank for. The longer the search term, the easier it is to rank. We call this a long tail search. So what you'll notice Amazon does, I've searched office footrest, as you can see. You can see Amazon has suggested a number of other search terms. The first one here is office footrest under desk. So longer, more specific intent in the search. They're telling you exactly where they intend on putting that footrest. If you go after one of these first, it's a lot easier to show up for. And the fact that these keywords show in this list means that there is a lot of people looking for them, because the only way they show up in this list is when a lot of people are searching for them. This list changes almost every day and is based on what people are looking for. So you can rely on that data. You know that that data is accurate because it's coming from Amazon. Now, the first thing we do is then take that keyword and we put that main keyword near the beginning of your title. So if we have a look at this example that I've been using throughout. Yes, they've got their brand, Everlasting Comfort, but then notice what the first words are in that title. Office, footrest, under, desk, and then they've got that dash there. So they've got their brand name, which Amazon sort of enforces nowadays, and then they've got office, footrest, under, desk. So having that keyword at the start of the title tells Amazon exactly what the product is. You then want to include that same search term or keyword, search term and keyword, commonly referred to as the same thing. You've got footrest, desk footrest, and then within the words here, you'll see other, footstool, under, desk. So you can see they've strategically placed those search terms in the bullet points. And in addition to that, when you get access to the seller side of Amazon, it's called Seller Central, where you configure all of this stuff. There's a little hidden field in the background called search terms. You as a buyer on Amazon cannot see this, but this is how you tell Amazon exactly what the product is. And you also include the keywords there in that search field. If all you did was the title, the bullets, and that backend search term, you will start appearing for some of those longer keywords. We're then going to take those same search terms or keywords, I know I keep changing the word there, let's call them search terms. We're going to take those same search terms and use them in advertising. But before I go into that, give me a number 2 and let me know that you understand that we find these search terms and we include them in our listings. Yep, awesome. Megan's given a 2, Glider's given a 2, Deborah, Harold, Yessie, awesome guys, great feedback. Now, you may be very familiar with Google advertising. You know, when you search Google and you see those adverts at the top that say ad, and you click on them and you get to a page, Amazon has a very similar platform and they call it sponsored products. So to get to it inside of Amazon Seller Central, which is the dashboard you get access to when you become a seller, you click on advertising, and then we're going to click sponsored products. These are the type of adverts that we want to use, and I'll show you exactly where they show here in a second. When you click on sponsored products, you're going to give your campaign a name, you're going to enter the start date, and then you're going to set a low budget, something like $10, $20 a day will get you started. And the great thing about advertising on Amazon is Amazon will deduct the advertising from the money they send you back. So you don't have to pay for this ahead of time. It comes out of your sales. It's a cost of sale. And then you're going to choose manual targeting. And inside of that manual targeting, you're then just going to enter all of those search terms that you want your product to show up for. This is a pay-to-play system. You're paying Amazon a very small amount of money to show your product when customers are searching for your product. And it's a really good way of getting going. So we understand which search terms are generating the sales because Amazon's telling us that. We're including them in our listing, and we can see from all the competitors' listings what keywords are showing up in the titles. We're using those same search terms in advertising. Finally, and this is kind of the secret sauce, finally, we need to drive targeted sales with what I call cashback offers, commonly referred to in the industry as a rebate. Now, a rebate is quite simple. You offer your customer a 100% product rebate, which means you're going to give them 100% of their purchase back in exchange for purchasing your product on Amazon. This is not asking them to review your product, and we do not want to do that. That is not allowed. We're not asking them to review the product. We're simply asking them to purchase the product. And all this is doing is helping you promote the launch of your new product. This is not a new strategy. This has been used in retail for years. If you think about those coupons that Walmart give you, they're incentivizing your purchase in their store. Or pre-COVID, the big events that you go to, and you get the energy drink companies giving out free energy drinks. That is a rebate of sorts. What they're doing is raising the awareness of their product to generate and stimulate that buying. Now, the secret to making this effective, it's all good and well getting people to buy your product, but the secret to really making this work, and you want to write this piece down, is asking your customers to first search for your product before buying it. So if I want my footstool to appear on Amazon for office, foot, rest, under, desk, then I'm simply going to ask my people to search for that before purchasing it. Doing this helps Amazon know what keywords to better show your product for. And you may be thinking, well, where do I get these people from? The easiest place is Facebook. You can put out a simple post that says something like, hey friends, some of you may know that I'm starting a new online business and launching my very own product on Amazon. I would love for you to help me launch the product and test it. I'll give you the money in order for the order. I can't wait to see if you like it or not. Comment below, so the comments will increase the reach. That's why we're telling them to comment, or direct message me if you're up for it and I've got an example of the product. If you don't have a big friendship group on Facebook, or maybe you just don't use Facebook, I know a lot of people don't use Facebook, you can set up a profile, and Facebook groups are great for this. There is a Facebook group for absolutely everything. There's a Facebook group for cycling, local mummy groups, hobby groups, art, painting, boxing, every passion, every hobby you can think of, there is a Facebook group for it, trust me. And in that group, you can put the same posts. And then when those friends do message you, you simply send them a message, something like this, with very specific instructions that says, please complete the following. Go to Amazon.com, search for office footrest, because that's the search term I want to appear for. Find my products, pick attached, order it, smiley face. I can send you the money here in Facebook. Not many people know you can do that. I'm going to show you how to do that. Or I can give me your PayPal and I'll send you the money there. In the US, Venmo, I know, is a really popular one as well, like Venmo Me. So Venmo might be a better option also. I can't wait for you to get it. So once they've done that, if you want to send it through Facebook, there's this little dollar icon. You enter your credit card details, you send the money, they get sent it, they enter their credit card details and it ends up in their bank. So you can do that, or you can Venmo it or PayPal it. It doesn't really matter. The whole point is you want your friend or the person that wants that rebate to purchase the product, and you're going to send them that money back. Now, even though you're sending them the money for that purchase, remember they've paid Amazon. So you're still going to receive that profit from that purchase from Amazon 14 days later. So it hasn't cost you the entire $32. It's cost you the $10 in fees that you pay Amazon. You've still got $20 back from that purchase, as we saw a minute ago on the calculator. So don't think that it's costing you the full amount. It's not, because Amazon send you that money back. Write this down. You do this 5 times a day for your main keyword until your product appears on page 1 and is consistently making sales 5 times a day for that keyword. And then once it appears on page 1 is making sales, you simply move on to the next keyword. That's as simple as this is. You move on to the next keyword. Now with that, I know my screen was jumping around there. We have another gift card, and this should be an instant response because I literally just asked the question. Carla's already jumped in. How many rebates per day per keyword should you target when launching? And the answer is 5. Carla Smith was the first answer. Preempted it before I even asked the question, but we're going to stick true to the rules. Carla Smith, first to answer. Carla, drop your email address in the chat. We'll go ahead and get you that gift card sent out. Good job on listening, guys. I know that was a bit dense, but that's how you make this show up. Now, once you're live, this is something that not many people know, and this is something that sellers like myself are using to generate $100,000 in a couple of days on Amazon. This one strategy crushes Prime Day sales, but not just Prime Day sales. It crushes Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, Valentine's Day, any big shopping season. You can leverage this one strategy to generate thousands of dollars in sales. I told you earlier in this webinar, in this presentation, that Amazon has launched over 135 new tools and services. Just one of those tools can make you thousands of dollars in a single day. And that tool is called Lightning Deals. Now, as a buyer on Amazon, you've likely seen the deals tab. At the moment, it actually says holiday deals, but it says deals. It might say Lightning Deals, it might say deals, it might say holiday deals. They kind of change the name depending on where we're at. On that deals page, you're going to see plenty of different deals available for purchase with a discount off. Many of you probably purchased these deals on Prime Day at a discount. Now, there's a very specific format. You've got the price, you've got the percentage off and what the price was, but look at this bar here. You see how it tells you it ends in 4 hours, 36 minutes, and 12% of the deal has gone. That there is a very, very powerful thing. It also shows up on the full product listing. If you were to go to the actual product listing, it shows up here on the right-hand side. You can see it says 13% claimed. And to set this up, it's very simple. As an Amazon seller, you click advertising, same place we went to go to our sponsored ads. You click deals, you select the date that you're going to run the deal, and Amazon then will tell you specifically what it requires as a minimum. So the max deal price can be $13.99 against $19.97, which gives you the percentage discount. The minimum discount that Amazon would allow for this product, which is a taco holder, is $5.98. But you see where it says committed, minimum quantity. It says 53. So Amazon are telling us we can only run this deal if we give them 53 units. That's all good and well. And you might be inclined to go, well, I'll give them 1,000 units. I'll give them 500 units. Hold on that thought. There is a secret strategy that really skyrockets sales. A very powerful thing is scarcity. If you look at this deal here, and I pulled this off Amazon today. You go on Amazon, you might even see it. This deal for this toolbox here, 84% claimed. There's a 32% saving. The fact that that deal is 84% claimed triggers something in your brain and makes you want to go and quickly buy it before it runs out. Am I right? Give me a yes in the chat box if you agree. Scarcity is a real thing. Scarcity makes you purchase. Scarcity gets you off your bum and makes you want to order that product because you don't want to miss out on that deal. And everyone's giving me a yes, everyone understands. So scarcity, think about the power of scarcity. When running these deals, all we do is enter the minimum number. So we enter that 53. And then when the deal is live, you literally sit and watch your deal on Amazon. When it's live, you are allowed, Amazon let you edit that deal. So you click on the edit button, and then you simply update that number to control the percentage. So I will literally sit there, or my team will sit there, and control that number available to try and maintain a more than 50% claimed. Now, we actually take it even further. We go to like an 80% claimed, and you have to watch it every minute, and you have to continually manage that number. Because as you generate more sales, you have to make more available. And you want to keep that claim percentage at kind of above 50%. And this skyrockets sales. Who here thinks that's pretty cool? Give me a number 2 in the chat box if you think that's pretty cool. We skyrocket sales by literally driving scarcity, by controlling the percentage available, and you're literally sitting there watching the dollars roll in. Now, you may be thinking, does this work? This sounds great, Dan, but does this work? I showed you earlier one of our accounts, 71,000 over that 4-day period. Another one, 114,000 over that 4-day period, and lots of members also. But in addition to that, it's not just Prime Day. Earlier this year, we did a live demonstration where we launched a set of taco holders, specifically a set of 4 taco holders that were stainless steel. So this was the search term that we went after because it's a bit longer. You can see here, this was our product, this Verve Kitchen set of 4 taco holders. You can see it's nothing fancy, basic design. At the point we had 9 reviews. In position 1, we've got an advert. So there's those sponsored results. They're the advertising placement. Position 2, we've got an advert. Position 1, organically or naturally, you've got this seller. Position 2 and position 3. We were able to get to position 3 for this search term in around 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks, and we were at top of Amazon, page 1, in position 3, generating sales with a set of taco holders, basic stainless steel taco holders. So you can see here, this is a fancy tool. Don't worry about too much what it is. But what it's doing is tracking all these different search terms, and it's telling us exactly where they're showing up on Amazon. You can see the date here. It's sort of around May, June here. You see over this sort of 14, 15-day period, we were able to get this product to show up on page 1 of Amazon for taco holder pack of 4, position 1, stainless steel taco holders, position 4, taco holder set of 4, position 1, 4 taco holder, position 3, 4-pack taco holder, position 2. And if we look for that specific one, taco holder, stainless steel, set of 4, we sat in position 3 in just a couple of weeks. And you can kind of see from this graph how that visibility and how we sort of climb the ranks there. In that period of time, we generated $5,000 in revenue from this product, selling just 381 units at a profit of $6.07 every unit, or 27%. So if we do the math on that, by the end of the promotion, we were at about 30 units per day before we ran out of inventory. That's 900 units per month. Or if at our target price of $22, that's $19,800 every single month from a set of taco holders that we launched live in front of everyone. Now, if we take out 10% for advertising, typically we spend around 10% on advertising. That's $3,483 every single month in profit, not revenue, profit in our bank account. So if we run that over the year, you can see here, sort of starting June when we launched the product at 600 units, growing to July 900 units, coming through into sort of Christmas time, holiday time. So we always see an increase in sales during holiday time. So 1,300 in December, 1,800 in December, 1,300 in November, 1,000 units here in January, because we see a halo effect after Christmas. Everyone gets their gift cards and spends them on Amazon. February back down to a consistent sale of 900 units. If we run that and forecast that out over 1 year, that's an annual gross profit of $49,400 $536 every single year from a set of taco holders that took 2 weeks to launch on Amazon. Who here could do with an extra 50 grand from launching a set of taco holders on Amazon? And how many taco holders would you need to launch to get to your 100,000, 150,000, 200,000 and beyond in profit every single year on Amazon? Yeah, getting yes. Me, yeah, awesome, very clever from Elisa. Now, using a simple formula, you can achieve any financial goal with your new business. And I really want you to commit and show up here. So shake off that energy, focus on the screen, give me a number 3 in the chat box. Let me know that you're here still. Let me know that you're listening, because this is the piece that matters. This is the piece that changes your future and how you apply everything you're learning here today and actually make a change in your life moving forward. So let me know you're here, getting lots of 3s. Awesome, guys. Let's get in. So why this step is critical. Some products sell for $1 million per year. We've got products that sell over $1 million a year in sales, but you don't need $1 million product to build $1 million business. 5 times $200,000 is still $1 million and is likely way easier. So rather than looking for that one product to make $1 million a year, let's launch 5 products and still make $1 million and actually diversify the risk. Even if your goal is $5,000 a month in profit, the solution is exactly the same. I once read a book called Snowball. It's about Warren Buffett. He's a very famous investor, arguably one of the best investors in the world. He and his friend put some cash to buy a pinball machine and put it in a restaurant. People started playing this pinball machine day and night and making Warren and his friend money. They then took the profits from that pinball machine and bought a second machine and put it in a second restaurant. They then took that profit and continued to do this until they had a ton of pinball machines all over town making them money. They were then able to sell the business for a lot of money. And this is exactly the same as this business. You launch one product, a set of taco holders. You use those profits to launch a second product that's complementary, and then repeat that process. And all of a sudden, you've got 4 or 5 products under a brand, generating lots of profit on Amazon. So leverage comes from expanding one brand at a time. Amazon tells you exactly what else people are buying, and you add new products to your brand and you simply watch the profits grow. So if we had one product doing, say, 3,300 in profit, 10 a day, which is not a lot. To get to 10 units a day is very easy. Then you launch a second product. You're now doing 600 units because you're doing 20 a day. 4 products, 1,200 units. Watch what happens to that monthly profit. One product, 3,000. 2 products, 6,000. 4 products, $13,000 in profit every single month. 8 products on the same economics, the same metrics, $26,000 in profit every single month from just 8 products that you have live on Amazon, and you're simply managing the inventory because Amazon's doing everything for you. So the summary of the 3 steps. The next thing we're going to talk about is the exact step-by-step roadmap to achieve your financial freedom. But before we get there, step 1, we researched a list of product ideas. Step 2, we validate the best opportunity to start using the depth of market analysis. And then step 3, you create your own brand and quickly launch your products to show up for relevant search phrases. That is the simplicity of the model. But here's how you can achieve any financial goal by expanding your brand. So far, you have the fundamentals to build a successful brand. Now I want to give you the specific timeline and roadmap for achieving it and getting there. 5 minutes from now, you should be crystal clear on where you're going and what you need to do to get there. Who here would like that? Let me know in the questions box. Let me know you're still with me. Who here would like to know and how to understand where you're going and exactly what you need to do to get there? And I'm getting lots of me's. I'm getting emojis. I haven't seen emojis before. I like that. Getting lots of emojis there in the chat box. Thumbs up. Awesome. Lots of me's. Lorraine, wicked. So here's how to achieve a lifetime of financial freedom. You have to get, with any goal, you have to get clear on the outcome you want. So by now, I want you to really think about this. By now, 12 months from now, so by this time next year, 12 months from now, I need you to answer these 2 questions. How much take-home income do you want? 12 months from now, a year from now, we're having a conversation. How much take-home income do you want? And more importantly, whilst money is important, what would the money allow you to do in life? What would that money allow you to do? And I want you to go ahead and enter in the Q&A box and go to webinar. I want you to give me the answer to these two questions. So I've got EE saying $50,000, but EE, what would that $50,000 allow you to do? I've got EE saying, yeah, again, it's a peace of mind, stay home. I love it. I've got John saying 20,000. I've got Mulkey saying 250. I like this one from Lavender. This is very specific. This is exactly what I want to hear. At least $5,000 to support my family. I love it. 6,000 help sell family, financial freedom. 100,000 put my girls through college. Love that, Liz. Got a lot. 100,000 would give me financial freedom and allow me to buy a home for my new family. That's from Tori. Thank you for sharing that, Tori. What else we got? We got Miles, 100,000 to travel. Blue Swallow, 25,000 to bake and cook. Hopefully you send me a cake. Courtney, 10,000 a month, retire my husband. I love that, Courtney. So this is, and the great thing about this, guys, is once you get clear on how much you need and why you need it, this gets a lot more achievable and a lot more obtainable. So thank you for sharing that with me. I know it's personal to you guys, and I really appreciate you sharing that. So now that you know your goal, let's work backwards with a timeline. The star at the end on the right of this screen represents your goal you just declared. So I think it was 5,000 a month to retire my husband. I love that piece. So that's your goal on the end. I believe that was Tori, if I remember right. Is it Tori? Yeah, Tori. So 100,000 would give me financial freedom, allow me to buy a home for my new family. So Tori, that's your goal on the end right there. If you implement everything we're about to walk through here today, you find a product by early November, you order inventory by sort of mid-November, you get that product live on Amazon by mid-January. It'll take around sort of 60 days to produce and ship that product over. You launch that product doing everything I just showed you here today by the end of January, and then you reinvest for more inventory by the end of February, and then launch a second product. By this time next year, you are more than capable of earning that $100,000 to buy that home for your new family, just 12 months of effort. And this is exactly a typical timeline that you would do that over. So why is now the perfect time to start? Well, not only is there crazy demand on Amazon right now, you can get your inventory into Amazon and live for 2021 and really focus on 2021 being your year. You can create your first $20,000 day, as many of us did literally just last week, way more than 20,000. You can create your first 20,000 day in 2021. But more importantly, you can achieve financial freedom, which, as you know, gives you freedom of choice. Just as Channing, now a good friend of mine, Channing and Justin, I was actually in Mexico with these guys last week, did, generating $521,000 in a single month on Amazon. And this is Channing saying, I've made more money in a single month than I used to make in a year. Now, I can tell you, because I'm good friends with Justin and Channing and their beautiful kids, Channing has recently retired from owning a hair salon and gifted that salon to her mum to make sure her mum was looked after for her retirement. That's what this business was able to do. She's gone from working 40 hours a week, worrying about paying bills, trying to keep this business alive in a hair salon, gifting that salon to her mum and generating 500,000. I can also confirm that they've recently sold this business for a multiple $1 million amount and are now set for life. Or Asma here, who literally just last week, October 15th, generated $39,000, a 40% increase on the day before. So this is all good. You understand the system, but now what? What are the next steps? We have covered a lot so far. We've covered the $26 trillion opportunity that's happening right now online. We've covered how to build a profitable business without having to sell, just simply showing up. Well, I've covered why you should start on Amazon, how to create a list of product opportunities, how to find suppliers, how to calculate the exact profits that you will make with those products, and why it's critical that you must own your own brand so you own 100% of the sales. I've shown you how to identify low competition opportunities using that managed by Stats Retriever and the market gap and the depth of market, as I should call it. And I've shown you how to get top rankings for high value search phrases on Amazon by starting with the longer ones first. And I've also shown you some top tips and some secret strategies on how to skyrocket sales on days like Prime Day, Cyber Monday, Black Friday, Christmas, Valentine's in February, all of the major selling holidays through manipulating those deals and controlling the scarcity on those deals. And more importantly, if the one thing you take from this, I've shown you the simple formula to scale your business to achieve any financial goal. No matter how big your dream is, you can achieve it. Trust me, because I'm 6-7 years into that and I've achieved mine, and I'm on the other side of this and I can vouch. You've even clarified your financial goal to achieve in 2021. Right now is the best opportunity that I have ever seen to build a wildly successful e-commerce business. And you really don't want to miss this. Now, here's what could happen if you try and do all this alone. There's a lot going on. You might choose the wrong product. You might end up with a bad supplier, overpay for your inventory, pick the wrong keywords, create a bad Amazon product listing, waste money on the wrong type of advertising, miss a step in launching your product, get your Amazon Seller Essential account suspended accidentally. I've tried to show you everything here today, but there's only so much we can cover here in sort of 90 minutes. You might waste time, waste money. And worst of all, whilst all the above can happen, worst of all, the one I really hate is you may give up right before you're about to succeed. I cannot tell you how many people I see in this business that go at it alone, who don't have that confidence because they haven't got someone showing them the way, who take their foot off the gas too early and give up literally just before they're about to make it. Now, we know this because we've made all of these mistakes ourselves. Here's what we call the critical loop for success, to getting from setting your goal on the left to actually achieving it here on the right. So it starts with having a good, solid plan. And when implementing that plan, you're inevitably going to make mistakes. Everyone does. Everyone makes mistakes. You're going to learn from those mistakes, persevere through those mistakes, update your plan, and push forward. And if you work with us, we can help you move so much better and so much faster, because we can help you come up with a better plan. We can help you avoid those mistakes. We can teach you what we have learned and hold you accountable to persevering through that so you actually go out there and achieve your goal. How many times have you said you're going to do something to then follow through and nothing happens? We want to change that. We want to create the success loop through accountability and showing you and sharing our experience with you in how we've achieved what we've done. So here is what I know it's going to take to do this. You need a proven system to follow. You need a shortcut to success. You need to follow a system from people that have actually done it. You need experts to get help from that can answer all of those inevitable questions that are going to come up along the way. There are challenges, there will be questions, there's going to be things that pop up, and you need someone to be able to go and get expert advice from, not an opinion, advice, because they've done it and they've achieved it before. You need a great environment for success. Who here knows the saying, you are the equal of the 5 people around you? There will be people that tell you you can't do this. There will be people that say, this opportunity seems too good, it can't be that easy. When you surround yourself with successful people, you become one of them. Some of my best friends and relationships have come from this community because we think the same, we're on the same vision, we're on the same path, and we have the same aspirations in life. I can't say that for some of my older friends that I used to drink down the bar with who don't share those same visions. You need that great environment for success. And ultimately, you need the right tools and resources to get you there a lot faster and really just give you the unfair advantage. What I've shown you here today is just the tip of the iceberg. We have access to tools, proprietary data that no one else has access to, that really does just give us the unfair advantage and makes this business a whole lot easier. So we've taken all of this, thought about every possible thing that could go wrong, and we've put this inside of a program that we call Amazing Selling Machine. Amazing Selling Machine is built to give you and achieve the results that you want, to give you the ability to gain financial security and never have to sort of depend on that job ever again. Create a reliable source of income and wealth, which now more than ever, I mean, when I started 5-6 years ago, I liked the idea of this, but now more than ever, this is more important. Build a business you're proud of. I previously owned a business. I had a marketing business. I was working 60, 70 hours a week in this business, but I wasn't proud of what I'm doing. I felt like a slave to the business. With this business, I'm proud of the partners I have, the brands we run. I'm proud of everything we do. Amazing Selling Machine will save you thousands of hours with a step-by-step program that shows you exactly what buttons to click, when to click them, and how to click them. It will give you the clarity and confidence in knowing exactly what you need to do to be successful in this business. And ultimately, It's going to enable you, it's going to empower you to create the life that you want far faster and easier right here today on Amazon. Now, one big one for me is ultimately it's going to give you the ability to have freedom of choice. I'm a big believer in this. Create your own reality, create the life you want to live. An Amazing Selling Machine is the vehicle that gets you there. It gives you the ability to create freedom of choice. Warren Buffett has said, and is quite often quoted for, the best investment that you can make is an investment in yourself. And here's some proof that ASM is the answer to that. ASM has been helping people for 8+ years, helping people just like you succeed. Our students have generated over $9 billion in total sales, and they're only the sales that we can track. We've worked with some of the world's top business leaders, like Damon John from Shark Tank, Sir Richard Branson from Virgin Group, Sarah Blakely of Spanx, Robert Kiyosaki, who's the author of the #1 financial independence book of all time, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. All of these business icons have spoken on our stages because they see the impacts that we're having with Amazing Selling Machine and how much it's changing people's lives. In addition to that, we've been featured in CNBC, the Rich Dad Poor Dad Show, Business Insider, Forbes, entrepreneursuccess.com. We've been featured on all of this. And we have over 30,000 members over that 8-year period who have all had success with this business. It's people like George who are now able to travel the world and spend more time with his children because he was able to build a business generating $25,000 in monthly revenue in under a year. Or Anna, who can now take vacations with her family whenever she wants because she's built a business that does up to $100,000 every single month. And now it's your turn. It's your turn to achieve this. So I'm really pleased to introduce ASM 12, Amazing Selling Machine 12, which has been built for today's world to help you build wealth fast. It contains 100% new strategies that are working like crazy, including how to find the best product opportunities, know exactly which keywords to target, and how to launch your products to the top of Amazon easily. It includes 4 brand new, really powerful software tools that I'm very proud of and save you a ton of time, and a personalized coaching program to help and make sure that you succeed. We're not just going to put you into the training and let you go off. We have a personalized coaching program that follows up with you every single week to ensure that you have all the answers and all the clarity that you need to be successful. The new step-by-step online web class is made up of 160 new video lessons, covering 9 modules, over 50 hours of content that allows you to go at your own pace. It's kind of like Netflix. You can watch it anytime at your convenience. And the videos are built to be really easy to follow. They're really condensed down. They're really short chunks. And we've built them in such a way to make it really easy to follow. Now, each video builds on the last. You're building the business as you're watching the training, and you get free updates for life. So with ASM, with the amazing community, as Amazon changes, which it does inevitably, it changes a lot, we will always keep ASM up to date, teaching you the latest and best tactics and strategies to grow your business. And the best thing of all is you can start right here today, as soon as we get done here on the training. Now, on the right-hand side, you can see Mike McClary. On the right of Mike, you've got Matt. You definitely will have received something from Matt. You've got myself, Dan Ashburn, Rich Henderson, who's been answering all your questions in the background, co-creator of ASM and chief mentor, all here to support you in this business. Now, when we think about business, what's the fastest way to learn to build a business? This might be something you might be wondering. Now, the obvious choice, depending on where you are in life, is to get an MBA. An MBA takes 2 years of your life. You have to live on campus, quit your day job, get student loans and put yourself in debt. Hours of sort of doing daily homework and working through that. The cost is in the region of $70,000 to $200,000 investment to get an MBA. The worst thing of all is at the end of all that work, at the end of all that effort, you don't own anything except a piece of paper that says you read some books and know how to run a business. Amazing Selling Machine is 100% online, only takes 1 to 2 hours per day to start building. And you build a real business, a tangible business that you actually own and has real value. So within the web class, there are 14 to 21 lessons per module. Each lesson and module builds on what you've learned and done previously. So you're actually building this business as you're learning. The bonus welcome module is included to get you started. We have helped people all over the world open their Amazon account. It's quite a tricky process. We help everyone through it and we walk you through exactly how to do that. And while you're doing that, you earn badges to reward yourself for progress. So you hold yourself accountable and hold yourself accountable to others whilst motivating like-minded people in our community that has over 30,000 people in it that are there to support you and will cheer you along as you're building this business. In module 1, we walk through exactly how to find the best products to sell today in the current climate. That's module 1 of the web class. Module 2, we're going to show you how to find high quality, low cost suppliers. So there's a bit more to it. Module 3, we're going to walk through how to create an irresistible brand that stands out. Branding is very important in today's world. Module 4, we're going to start laying your marketing foundation before you launch. There's a few things you need to do before you launch. I couldn't cover everything here today. Module 5, I'm going to walk through how to craft the perfect product page. So it's all good and well pushing your product live, but there's certain ways in which you can do your image and you can write that listing that's going to generate more sales. Module 6 is your successful step-by-step product launch. We'll talk about that here in a second. Module 7, you're going to learn how to start and scale profitable Amazon ads easily. So once you've set up those Amazon ads, there's a process for optimizing them and generating more sales and profit. Module 8, special strategies to scale your Amazon sales. So things you can do on Amazon like the lightning deals. That was just one of them. There's many others like that. Module 8 is full of those. And then module 9, a new module that we've added, are more advanced marketing and traffic strategies off of Amazon using things like Instagram, Facebook, influencers, you know these terms. So you can indefinitely grow your sales beyond Amazon. And you can do all of this. You can build this business in as little as 1 to 2 hours per day, as many of our 1,000 students have done. In addition to the web class, you get access to the mentor program. We have 21 real experts that on average between them, on average, which means many of them are doing more than this, generates $1.8 million in sales every single year on Amazon. They're pretty much available 24/7 because of the time zone differences, and they're there to help you push through obstacles, speed up success, and ultimately avoid those major mistakes that you are going to hit. Here's an example of one of the mentors' accounts, $3,300,000 or $372,000 in sales for that year, and that was taken in January of this year. So you can see that was their 2019 figures. You think what that number is this year with the growth of e-commerce. In addition to the mentor program, you get access to the private resource vault. This is a private collection of our personal contacts that we're actually using in our businesses every single day. Over 44 resources and $10,000 worth of discounts and deals with these suppliers for you that you can access right away. Things like freight forwarders who move your product from China to America for you. Top product photographers that are going to take photos of your products and make them look really good on Amazon. You get a whole lot more in there. As you can see, all the categories from banking to accounting to finance, freight forwarding, inspections, keyword research, the whole lot is covered in there, and you get access to that as soon as you join ASM. Now, in addition to that, possibly the most powerful part, you get access to 4 brand new software tools. These are brand new to ASM 12 and only for our ASM members. These really do give you the unfair advantage when it comes to building and growing this business. They give you the unfair advantage for making faster and easier profits and save you a ton of time. And you get 100% free access for an entire year. You've got a year of free access to these tools before they then cost a few dollars in the region of sort of $30, $40 a month. You get free access for a year to these tools. So the first is the exclusive product opportunity tool. Now I showed you Managed by Stats Retriever, which is a Chrome browser plugin. It pulls accurate sales numbers and finds the best products fast. But in addition to just giving you price and revenue, it also gives you the sales history of those products. So yes, there is the free version, but when you upgrade, this is not publicly available. You get access to how well those products have been selling over a period of time. This will save you hours and hours and give you confidence in choosing the right products. In addition to that, you get what we call the Product Analyzer tool. This is one of my babies, and I'm very, very proud of it. With Rich Henderson, the two of us put it together. You upload your opportunity data, so all your products opportunities, you can see there. You get really powerful insights into sort of where they're at, the revenue, the reviews, but it also gives you depth of market analysis, profit analysis, something we call return on investment. And more importantly, on the right-hand side, you might not be able to see it, that says Smart Rank. It tells you which is the best product to sell. No more spreadsheets, no more guessing, no more anxiety over which product should I sell. This tool just tells you which one to sell and helps you discover the #1 opportunity. In addition to the product analyzer, you get the perfect keyword tool. So it's all good and well having a good product, but you want to launch the right keyword, the perfect keyword. Keywords are everything when it comes to Amazon, those search terms that people are entering. Now, historically, you had to test the keywords, use advertising, figure out which one was the best one. Using this tool, it will help you find hidden opportunities. It will tell you exactly which keywords to target that have high sales, low competition, and it will give you a prioritized list based on all of your competitors' data. This thing does some crazy number crunching in the background and spits out a list of keywords that you should target for your product launch. It will give you faster profits for your new products. That's the bottom line. It will generate profits faster because you're targeting the right keywords from day one. Now, when it comes to launch, we use rebates, as I taught you here today. And yes, you could go out to Facebook and do it that way, or you can use the rapid product launch tool. You literally fill out this form, enter the keywords you want to target, and this thing launches your product for you. You don't have to do anything. You click a button and it does it for you. This is not publicly available. And this uses that 100-year-old retailer strategy in rebates and has on this platform, the other side of it, there are thousands of buyers ready to go and search for your product and buy it from you to generate that sale. It also handles the money. It sends the money back to the buyers automatically. So all you literally do is upload a bit of money, complete this form, say which keyword you want to target, and let it go to work. These are real sales from real people, and this thing is not publicly available. It's a whole ecosystem that we've set up, and it's taken a long time to build, and you get access to that with ASM 12. This thing gets you ranked fast on Amazon. That 14-day ranking I showed you with the results of the taco holders, this was powering that using those rebates. So ASM is really your program for success. You get the ASM 12 online web class. You get the mentor program. You get access to the private community with over 30,000 members and all the mentors. You get the private resource vault, all of our personal contacts that we're using in business every single day. You get the ultimate software tool suite that I just showed you, which if we were to put a value against, is kind of $13,000, $14,000 in value. So $5,000 for the course, $3,500 for the mentor program, $1,000 for the private community, $1,500 for the resource vault, $3,000 for the ultimate software tool suite, almost $4,000 in revenue, and is the exact same training, the exact same program that Jamie joined, and just a little bit later generated $1 million in sales in just 1 month. And you can see him celebrating with his daughter there. $1 million in sales in just 1 month. It's crazy. So ASM is like buying a ready-made business. We're practically giving you a pre-built business. You just fill in the blanks and your business gets created. Now, the median sale price of a business, according to Biz Buy Sell, is $150,000 to $200,000. That's the median sale price of a business in the United States. Members of ASM have exited and sold their business for a lot more, a hell of a lot more than that. Like Michelle Benton, also a very close friend of mine. I sold my business for a multiple seven-figure amount. Seven figure is $1 million. Michelle sold her business for multiple millions of dollars. And then she goes on to say, it's ideal for anyone who wants to escape the 9-to-5 rat race and dreams of running their own business. Or David and Leah Cups, a young couple who sold their business for well over $1 million into the multiple $1 million. And while most of our members start with between, say, $1,000 and $2,500 in inventory, David and Leah started with less than $500. They started with less than $500 and went on to sell their business for multiple millions of dollars. And I can tell you, they're about to do it again a second time. The wealth that these guys have created through this business model is inspirational. So this is what can happen when you make that decision to join ASM here today and actually apply your work, apply effort, and commit to that future. But rather than you having to pay $150,000 to $200,000, we've found a way to let you achieve financial freedom for a hell of a lot less, for much less than that. We let you pick your own products, and we taught you through and we coach you on how to do that. You do the simple marketing steps that we show you within the training, and you create your brand. So I talked you through how to do that here today. You get the same certainty of an existing business because we've been doing this 8 years and generated billions of dollars in sales, but your investment is way less. So to speed up your success and achieve your freedom with ASM 12, you're not going to pay $150,000 to $200,000. You're not going to invest 2 years of your life. To get started in this business, join us in our community, get the guidance, the tools, and the access that you need to be successful as quickly as possible. You can get started for only 6 payments of $997 per month, which means one payment of $997 here today gives you instant access, followed by 5 additional payments. Or you can make a one-time payment of $4,997 and you've got instant access for life. So just 6 payments on the payment plan, lifetime access, no additional fees, and free updates for life. Now, the true premium value of ASM 12, we could give away a bunch of low-level information for nothing, and you'll find this stuff all over the internet. But none of that will make a deep impact for you because it's half-baked, cookie-cutter, old, outdated information. Instead, we've put every resource we possibly can into a single program. And the purpose for us is to make a deep, meaningful, lasting impact. Even if it means that some people won't join, that's totally okay with us. ASM costs us around $2 million every single year to maintain. And with ASM, we focus all of our efforts on the truly motivated people that understand a small investment here today will set them up for life as long as they follow the system and implement everything we show you. Now, in addition to that, we do have these limited time bonuses, and these bonuses and the opportunity to join ASM here will only be available until Friday this week, 11:59 PST, Friday, the 23rd of October, which is the end of this week, this Friday, just 2 or 3 days from now. If you're watching the replay, Friday, the 23rd of October, in addition to everything we've walked through that you get access to, you also get a product listing review. So this means when you're ready to launch that product and you've created your listing, we're going to give you personalized feedback to make sure that you've set that listing up correctly, you're targeting the most relevant keywords, and you've written a listing that will persuade shoppers to choose you over your competitors. That's one of our team, one of our mentors is going to look at your listing and give you that feedback. In addition to that, something we don't do very often because we simply don't have the manpower to do it, is we're going to give you a one-on-one strategy call. This is a personal call, just you and one of our mentors. And we're going to give you a strategy call and go through any questions, go through your products, go through your launch, and help you achieve that first product launch and achieve that financial target. Really valuable one-on-one strategy call with one of our mentors that on average do $1.8 million every single year in this business, with one of the mentors accounts there showing you over $3 million in 2019. Now, this is really important, and this will not show up in the replay. So if you catch the replay on Wednesday when it comes out, that's great, but this will not show up. So pay attention, because this is only for people here live on the webinar, and this will not be available in the replay. This may be the only time that we get to talk with you directly. And I know that I'm not naive. Mike, myself, Matt, Rich, we know and understand this may be the only time that we get to talk with you here today in this moment. You're more motivated now than you may ever be to build this business. You understand the value, you understand how much can be created here. Without a compelling reason to take action today, you may never join us and never change your life, never take advantage of the fortune and everything this business model can create. Doubts and fears will overwhelm your thinking once you're off, and you may even have people around you that put those doubts and fears in. So this offer is only for people live on this webinar, and I must stress that. If you come to us after this webinar, we will not be able to honor this because we simply financially can't. Nearly 5,000 people have registered. Thousands are here live still right now, and we cannot give this to everyone. If you join here today, by the end of this webinar, you don't have to invest $4,997. We are going to take $1,000 off the price of ASM. This is the best price you will ever be able to join ASM at. This is the best investment you will ever make, making your one-time investment $3,997. When we're done on this webinar, I am going to be asking Brooks in the background, who manages this stuff, to change the order form, and you will not see this on there. Or we're going to honor that on the payment plan also. You only have to make 5 payments of $997, saving $997, almost $1,000, saving that $997 on the payment plan as well. So if you need the payment plan to get started, that's fine, no worries. Get started for just $997 here today. Save that $1,000 on the 6th payment. And if you have the budget available to invest up front, save that money, you not only make that saving, you also take $1,000 off the price. Now, I must stress this offer ends at the end of this webinar. I can't tell you, in the past when we've run very special promotions, how many people email after and go, do you know what, I've changed my mind. It's too late, we can't do it. You have to do it here on the webinar. Now, in addition to the $1,000 saving and all of that help, the personalized coaching, the one-on-one call that you get, the tools, the listing review, we've also gone a lot further. We are that confident in our ability to help you generate success in your life with this business that we have 100% risk-free guarantee. The first guarantee is a 30-day guarantee. This is unconditional, completely risk-free. You literally invest that 997 here today, and you have 30 days to try everything out, watch all of the lessons, get help from the mentors, use the resources. And for whatever reason you do not want to continue, it's totally okay with us. You just email support@amazing.com, and our team will give you an unconditional refund, 100% refund on your investment, no questions asked. You literally just send that email. But in addition to that, in addition to a 30-day, we are that confident in this that we have created the success agreement, which literally is failure proof. Now, let me explain this. Providing that you launch a new product in the next 6 months, and I want everyone to let me know you understand this in the questions box here in a second by typing understand. Providing you launch a product in the next 6 months and you execute and implement all of the marketing steps that we teach you in the training, and there's a few that we teach you, a few core ones. Providing you do that, we will not only give you a 100% refund 6 months from now, we will also buy back up to $5,000 in any unsold inventory, which means you can literally try this business on us for 6 months. And if for whatever reason it's not for you, again, providing you've launched the products in 6 months, completed all the marketing, we will give you a 100% refund on your investment into ASM and take money out of our pocket and buy back any unsold inventory. And before I get the questions, yes, we have had people do this. And yes, we have given them a 100% refund. And yes, we have bought their inventory back from them and then we've resold it and made profit. Yes, we have done that because for whatever reason, sometimes running a business just isn't for certain people. But the fact that you're still here almost 2 hours in to this webinar tells me you are the right mindset and you're the person that we want inside of Amazing Selling Machine. So you got that 30% money back guarantee, no questions asked, completely risk-free. And in addition to that, you also get the success agreement, which is literally bonkers. 6 months you can try this business on us, providing you complete the steps, you do the work. That's all we're asking you to do is do the work. Providing you do the work, we will give you that 100% refund and up to $5,000 in unsold inventory. Now, you may feel uncertain about your job, or maybe you want a new job. Maybe you want a new job right now. What if you could build this business and start a new career at the same time? How cool would that be? Give me a pretty cool in the chat box, in the questions box. Let me know in the chat box if this is for you. If you could build this business and start a new career. Now, with that, I'm really excited to announce Mike was the one that really sort of, thank you, Deborah, for giving me a pretty cool there. So Mike is the one that really spearheaded this and led this initiative. We've released the ASM Certified Graduate Certificate. This is a real certified qualification for this training. That is proof of your knowledge of selling on Amazon. You can publish this on your LinkedIn profile. You can put it on your social media. You get a certificate, which means you can use this to get a new job while you build your business. And I can tell you, there are many people looking for knowledgeable Amazon sellers because Amazon is the place to sell. And lots of these big brands, lots of these big companies don't have a clue what they're doing. So if you take this training while building your own brand, you can actually go out there, get a job using this certificate and get paid to run other people's products as well, which I think is pretty cool. So to get access to ASM 12 and start your new future, get that $1,000 off, I need you to go to your internet browser, whether it's at Google Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, and type in asmnow.com/prime-day. asmnow.com/prime-day. And I believe Rich in the background is going to drop that into the chat box, or Sonia. asmnow.com/prime-day. Now, even if you're still on the fence, even if you're not committed, even if you're just thinking, is this for me? I want you to go ahead and do this because I want to walk you through exactly what you see there. When you do that, you're going to see a page that looks like this. You're going to see the amazing order form that says create your own Prime Day cash cows and become financially free in 2021. You'll see that you get the $1,000 off the price of ASM, which is literally only today to the end of this call. And we're only here for another 20, 30 minutes or so. You get that free product listing review, and you also get the free strategy session, which is a 30-minute call one-on-one with one of our mentors. So to do that, go to asmnow.com/prime day, open up that order form. The next thing I want you to do is go ahead and enter your contact details, because unless you enter your contact details, you can't see the bit below. So I want you to go ahead and enter your first name, your last name, and your best email address, an email address that actually checks. That's where we're going to send all the notifications. And then you'll see that you can join ASM right now for a one-time investment of $3,997, which is $1,000 off that $4,997 price, the best price you will ever get for ASM. Or if you need the payment plan, totally understand. You can get started literally with a one-time investment of $997 today, followed by 4 months of $997, so you can spread that payment. So if you think about it, you're not even committing today. Like with that 30-day money-back guarantee, all you're doing is saving your seat, you're securing your spot. And if for whatever reason, next 30 days, it's not for you, then you can just refund. That's totally okay. We support that. We just want you to take that step, that leap of faith, that confidence, and take the step into your new path and that new life that you can create with this business. Just $997 today gets you access to ASM instantly. You can go through everything. And if it's not for you in the next 30 days, you can refund. So go to asmnow.com/Prime Day. When you do that, you won't see any other sort of options or upsells or anything like that, or add-on purchases. There's no other additional purchases required. You will see an instant video from Matt saying, welcome to the amazing family. And Matt will walk you through exactly what you need to do next. And from there, you go straight to the thank you page. So to do that, go to asmnow.com/Prime Day. Don't miss this opportunity, because right now, live on the webinar only, you are going to save $1,000 or $997 on the payment plan. Very close as we could get. But this offer does end at the end of this webinar, and we will be changing this order form. Literally, when I get done, Brooks in the background is going to change that price back up to $4,997. So if you hesitate right now, it's going to cost you $1,000 in hesitation. And remember, all you're doing here today is securing your spot, because if for whatever reason it's not for you, you can refund 100%, no questions asked. All you have to do is email support@amazing.com, and we will give you a no questions asked refund. And if for whatever reason, the next 6 months, providing you implement everything we teach you, we will not only give you a 100% refund in the next 6 months, we will also buy back up to $5,000 in unsold inventory. So with all of this, what happens if you wait? Well, Harvard told us we will have a harder time controlling coronavirus in the fall. We're definitely seeing that here in the UK. The World Health Organization chief scientist says there's a very real risk of a second wave of coronavirus as economies reopen. We're definitely seeing that. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? The only certain thing about the future right now is uncertainty. Layoffs, God forbid you've been laid off, business closures, staying at home restrictions. I'm actually under that right now because I was traveling recently. Trillions in retail are coming online permanently as our shopping behaviors change. Demand has skyrocketed online, creating this perfect window of opportunity for those that stand up and take it. You will miss out on financial freedom and security if you wait to join us. And you will miss out on the fast track to freedom, that $1,000 off, and that success agreement where our mentors will give you that one-on-one coaching. You get that success agreement, giving you 6 months to try this business on us. If you join ASM here today, you get a proven system, a step-by-step plan, expert help, 30-day risk-free guarantee, and that success agreement. Or you sit around and wait, maybe just sit and wait on what happens. Maybe you're a bit more passive. You're going to be at the mercy of others. Maybe you get fired. Maybe the employer shuts down. And maybe you're okay with these limited options. I'm personally not okay. I'm a big believer in freedom of choice and creating the life you want to live. Hence the reason I do. And you get access to all of this to gain your financial freedom with ASM, which is the ASM online web class, the mentor program, the private community, the resource vault, the 4 brand new software tools, the limited time bonuses that we've shown you here today, the one-on-one call and the listing review, free updates for life, the 30-day money-back guarantee, the success agreement for 6 months, and $1,000 off the price, the investment, live only. You will not get access to this after this live webinar. A total value of $23,985. If you go to asmnow.com/Prime Day, your investment today is $3,997, just one payment, or $997 per month for the next 5 months. And remember, you're not even making a final commitment right now. You're just locking in your spot right now and getting ASM at the best possible price. You then have 30 days to try everything out. And when you have, for those that have joined us, and I can see people joining us, and welcome to the family, I want you to come back to the chat box and type in, I just joined ASM. So type all that in capital letters, I joined ASM, or I just joined ASM. Drop that in the questions box for me, because I want to be able to welcome you into the family as we now push forward into the questions and answers. And I can see there's a lot of questions. And for those that stick around after Q&A, I have that live attendance bonus for you, which is the top 20,000 product searches that happened last week over Prime Day. This thing is a gold mine of product ideas. All you've literally got to do is read down the list. So we've got Megan, Chantal, welcome. You've just joined ASM. We've got Shaniba. Welcome, guys, to joining. I've got Sonia in the background passing me messages, so I'll read out a few more people here in a second. But before we do that, I'm going to jump over directly into Q&A. So looking at the questions and answer box, I can see Rich has really been looking after you in the background here because there's not many questions that haven't been answered, which is amazing. But the first question we have is from Wanda. Wanda says, what if I use ads in English, but let's say they use search terms in Spanish? Wanda, you've actually picked up on a really great strategy. On Amazon.com, there is a lot of Spanish search, as you can imagine, and there are ways in which we will make our products show up for them. Things like including Spanish words in the description, etc. Now, there are a lot more advanced strategies towards the Spanish market, and there are definitely people searching in Spanish, and we definitely can, we have strategies for that within the community. But yes, to answer your question, people do search in Spanish. Amazon does do quite a good job, though, of matching that up. Like Amazon's algorithm is one of the most intelligent algorithms behind Google, and it does do quite a good option. And you can take those terms and you can bid on those terms as well. So you can bid on Spanish terms as well within your advertising. So your products, even though it'll be in English, will still show up if people search in Spanish. That is a way of working. So yes, one of the great thinking, you can do that. Next one, we've got, what are the questions we've got here? Okay, so from Norm Gilbert. Do my 5 products all need to carry the same brand name? Or can I have a tacker holders with one name and a logo and my screwdrivers with a different brand and logo? So you're essentially asking Gilbert, can I launch, or sorry, Norm, you're asking, can I launch different products? Now the answer to that in short is yes, you can, but you don't want to. There is you know how Warren Buffett invested in those pinball machines and then compounded that? There is a compounding effect on Amazon from creating a brand. Now a brand, if you think about brands that you like, what a brand is an identity with a range of products underneath that identity. And typically it surrounds a certain customer or a certain audience. And the idea is once you've launched one product, you want to launch a complementary product to sell to the same customers. If you look on Amazon, you get that box at the bottom that says customers also bought or frequently bought together. When you start releasing more of the same types of products that the same customers would buy, you're not going and having to find new customers every day because you've got an existing customer base that already know your brand. And also when someone's searching a product, if they see a complementary product of yours that you own, they go from buying one of your products to 2 of your products, therefore increasing that purchase. And you can actually, on your own Amazon listings, you can own the frequently bought together box with all of your own products. It's a very powerful way. So there's this compounding effect and there's this sort of snowball effect of cross-selling your own products to your existing customers that far outweigh the benefits of selling individual products. Now, yes, you can sell individual products, but your life's a bit harder. And you know, I mentioned Michelle Benton and David and Leah Cups, who examples, and Justin and Channing have done it recently as well, have sold these businesses for millions of dollars. These investors that are buying up these businesses, and you can do that in about 2 or 3 years, by the way, you can build this business and sell it within 2 to 3 years. These investors that are coming to market are looking for brands. They're looking for brands with a range of complementary products. So depending on what your goal is with this business, if you do plan on wanting to sell it one day, then starting a brand with complementary products is a much better route to go, as opposed to just say selling a screwdriver and then selling a silicone spatula. Unless you can tie them together under the same brand, you kind of want to do that. Another benefit of that as well is why go through the effort of having to create loads of different brands? Why not just go through the effort of creating one really good brand and then focus all your effort on releasing good products? That way you're not having to repeat all that stuff. You don't have to create a new Facebook page, a new website, all that stuff we teach you, an Instagram page. You don't have to redo all of that. It's all under one brand. It minimizes the work and keeps things simple. So I hope that helps. Daniel, can you achieve this by sourcing products from US manufacturers? Daniel, yes, absolutely. Actually, Rich Henderson, one of his brands, is US-based sourced. So anything goes on your body, in your body, or anything that's maybe got a bit more technical skill, typically you will source locally. So if it's anything that goes on your body, like a cream or a beauty product, or anything in your body like a supplement or a food-based product, then absolutely you're going to source them in the US. You can also source other products in the US. The challenge is finding the profit margin. The reason we go abroad to places like China, India, Vietnam, Thailand, is they can produce these products a lot cheaper because of the economies of scale and the environment than any manufacturer in the US can. But that said, we're involved in many brands that source locally in the US. It's much faster because you haven't got to wait for it to get on a boat from China. So you can literally ship it to Amazon in like 7 days. You haven't got to wait 30 days. And there's a big buying motivation behind made in the USA as well. We have products that have a big American flag on it saying made in the USA. So yes, you absolutely can do this business from the US. And ThomasNet is a great place for finding those suppliers. Okay, next one. We've got, let's have a look. Lots of questions. Okay, Marie Angie Paul, I think. Marie Angie Paul. When is the perfect time to open a seller account on Amazon? Right now, after joining ASM. When you join ASM, the welcome module is dedicated to getting you an Amazon seller account. And there are a few things you have to do depending on where you live in the world. But Rich and his team in the community are specialists. They've been doing this 8 years, are specialists in helping you open your Amazon account. So the best time, we do that right in the welcome module before we even start module 1. We get you set up with your Amazon account, we get your business open. Because soon after ordering your inventory, you're going to need to produce a few things that you get from Amazon, stuff like the barcode and shipping labels, etc. And you can only do that once you've got an Amazon account, so straight away. Okay, Lindsay, really good question here. Lindsay Lard. I'm just wondering if I need to set up as a sole trader. So this is a question we get all the time. And obviously this differs depending on whether you're in the UK, in America, in Germany, Europe, wherever you are in the world. You can actually start selling and start this business before you actually open a business entity. So in the US, it's typically an LLC. In the UK, it's typically a limited company. But you don't need to do any of that until you've actually started generating some sales. So you can just register as yourself. You can open your Amazon account as yourself, just use your own bank account. And then once you've got the business going and you've started generating some sales, then you can focus your attention and effort towards actually opening a business. And that's very easy to do. And there's professionals that can help you do that very, very cheaply. But you don't need to do it straight out the gate. My advice would actually be focus your effort and your attention and your time on finding a product and getting the business started, then deal with all the legal stuff after. And again, we can offer advice on that. There are legal professionals, and obviously tax, you need to speak to a tax specialist about tax, etc. We can't give you that advice. But it's a very simple thing to do. You can literally register a business. I registered a new LLC in America the other day. It took less than 10 minutes. And I'm living in the UK. That's how easy it is. And in the UK here, to create a limited company, it's a fairly easy process as well. So yes, you will create a business and you will form a business entity, but you don't need to do that until you've generated some sales. EE, if your products don't sell and you're stuck with inventory. EE, providing you follow the system, you implement everything we teach you, we are showing you how to find products that sell. Now, you won't run across this issue of not being able to sell the products. Now, using advertising, we can sell them. And we also have other strategies for being able to sell through products if it wasn't the right products for you. Now, with the amount you're going to be ordering for your first order, there's not too much risk with that either, because you're going to be ordering a lower volume, a lower number of units. When you get into ordering sort of 10, 15, 20,000 units like we do in our business, then of course you're making those decisions, but you already have that sales data. But providing you follow the system and providing you follow everything we teach you in module 1 of ASM, which is very detailed, then you shouldn't have too much of an issue. Arshad, do you recommend product inspection? Arshad, Ali, yes, absolutely we do. So one thing we recommend is before the products leave China, you have a product inspection completed. It doesn't cost a lot of money at all. We actually have services that are able to help with that as well. We have people we can recommend. But absolutely, you would get your products inspected for the sake of an extra $100 or so, a couple $100. You get those inspected just so you have that confidence in quality. Amazon is about quality. Reviews are about quality, and reviews run Amazon. So yes, absolutely, you get those inspections. Okay, great question, and a very complicated question, but how long will it take for me to start making a profit? That question is determined by your profit margin and by something called return on investment, which is how quickly the cash returns on that investment. Now, if I was to give you a very generalized understanding, you'll start making profit on your second or third inventory order. Some people, many people, make profit on their first inventory. Breaking even is a good result, though. If you can get the money back that you invested to get set up in the business, what other business model can you set up at a break-even point? What other business model can you put money into and get the same money out of very quickly? Typically, businesses don't go into profit for 2-3 years in traditional business. This business happens a lot faster. But if I was to give you a very broad answer to that, it's your second or third inventory order. So within sort of 3 to 6 months or so, you're well on your way into that profit point. Okay, next one, Alexandra. Alexandra Pavlidis, I believe. Sorry if I've mispronounced your surname there. Other than the tuition fee, how much money do I need to invest to bring one product to market? Okay, so you have the tuition fee, and we've covered that. In terms of how much money you need to get to market, you can start with as little as 300 units you saw, like $1,000 investment into inventory. Now, in addition to that $1,000, and ideally you've gone something light, cheap, small, because the smaller and the lighter the product is, the cheaper it is going to be to buy and ship. So let's say you start with that $1,000. You then might spend another $300-400 or so in advertising to get going, around 10-20% of that investment. So you can kind of see now where the economics come out. Sort of $1,000-2,000, you're starting to get into that investment quite comfortably. I must stress though that just because you're ordering fewer units, just because you're spending less money, doesn't mean you can be as successful. It's just going to take you a bit longer to get there. You will run out of stock. You then have to place a new order, wait for that stock to hit. So the fewer number of units you order just means it's going to take you longer to be successful. The more units you order, the faster you can move, the more you can sell, the quicker you'll be successful. But really, you can get started with literally like $1,000 in inventory, another few $100s in advertising, and you're off to a good start. It just will take you a bit longer to get there. Next one, we've got Arshad. How many giveaway products do you require for your product launch? As I said, 5 rebates per keyword per day. And typically you'll run that for about 10 days. So you'll see around 50 units. But remember, it's not costing you the full price of that product. Amazon sends you that money back for that purchase 14 days later minus their fee. So all it's costing you is the Amazon fee and the cost of the product. It's not costing you the actual sale price. But 5 rebates per day per keyword. And I'm just going to look on my message here in the background, see who else has joined. I want to welcome in. Remember, guys, when you join, say, I have just joined. In the questions box, let me know that you've joined. I want to welcome you into the community as you join into the program. Okay, so next one. Shetal, if we don't open a business like suggested, do we have to still charge sales tax? So sales tax is obviously a very big area and something that tax professionals advise on. But Amazon in most of the states in America, not all at the moment, but most of the states, the government has ordered Amazon to collect the sales tax on your behalf. So you're not actually responsible for that sales tax in most of the states. This is an area of discussion for Amazon sellers. Most do not pay the sales tax because Amazon pays it on their behalf. And there's a big open item with the government right now. So you don't need to worry too much about sales tax. The government have told Amazon you've got to collect it, and I can't remember the exact number, but it's like 30 or 40 of the 50 states in America, 52 states in America. Amazon has already been ordered to collect that for you, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, do you recommend US bank account if I live in the UK? Arshad, Ali, no, you can use a UK bank account. We use them. We actually use a service. We use a couple of different services. There's one called TransferWise. There's one called World First. And the reason we use them is they're US accounts because we get a better exchange rate. But you can absolutely use a UK bank account. It doesn't have to be a US bank account. It is a good idea to have a US dollar account because you can benefit from the economies of scale on the exchange. Okay, Arshad Ali, do we need to create a web page for social proof? Yes, in module 4, I believe, we teach you how to create a basic website for social proof, but that's all it's for. It's just that credibility check. You do not need a website to be successful on Amazon. We just put it there as a credibility check. So if the 10% of purchases go to Google and search for your brand before buying, you've got that presence on Google. Next one. Ord D, with COVID going on, I thought you could not get products out of China, or it's extremely difficult to get products made and shipped out of China, bike frames, for example. So, Ord, that was the case for about 2 weeks back in March. China was the first country to very quickly open back up and open all the logistics routes. And even during that period, we were still managing to get stock out of China. It was just a bit more expensive, a bit more difficult. Right now, fast forward to wherever we are now, October, the channels are open and it's more than easy to get products out of China. In fact, more products is moving out of China than ever right now because the demand is so high. So there's no issues with getting products out of China. Trust me, we ship thousands of units every single month coming out of China very easily. So guys, remember when you join, say, I have just joined here in the questions box. Let me know that you've joined and we can go ahead and welcome you to the community. I want to see any more questions coming through there. We've got Sheikh saying, do you build to teach a website? Yes, we do, absolutely. And remember, guys, we're coming up towards the end of this Q&A here. You only get that $1,000 off by joining here today. We cannot honor that past this live webinar. When you catch the replay from tomorrow onwards, the $1,000 will not be available. And to do that, you go to asmnow.com/Prime Day. So even if you're sat on the fence right now, even if you're sat there thinking, is this for me? My advice would be to lock in your seat, dive into the community, dive into the training, go through that for the next 30 days, the next month, the whole month. And if all you do is learn that it's not for you, then it's been a good thing, and we will give you a complete refund. If it is for you, which it is for 99% of people that join us, then this is the first step to creating financial freedom, a business that generates thousands of dollars every single month in revenue and profit, taking advantage of right now what is the perfect time to start an online business. So coming in for any more questions, drop them in the chat box. Let me know any questions you start having there. So we've got another one here from Sheikh. How long does it take for someone to start making $5,000 a month after taking the course today? So depending on the product that you choose and depending on the profit margins, the return on investment, there's obviously a lot of factors tying into that. You can be at $5,000 a month in profit, I would say comfortably within 90 days of launching, within 2 to 3 months of launching your product on Amazon. Many will get there a lot faster. I mean, we take products into that profit in sort of 30 days, but we're obviously very experienced in this. But everything we teach you in ASM, we walk you through, we show you over the shoulder, clicking the buttons. You can get to that $5,000 a month very, very quickly, providing you put in the work, you focus, and you follow and implement the system. That's really the secret to this, is just implement everything taught. This system has been refined over 8 years, has generated billions of dollars in revenue for our members, and has generated a lot of life-changing success, including my own. And you get that by following the system. Okay, so we've got Lindsay saying, I definitely for me, I just need to save up for the course and product first. Totally understand that. And we welcome you back. But if you can get started with that one-time investment of $997 today and lock in your spot, you've then got a whole 30 days before the second payment's due. So we've got Arshad Ali saying, do you also help in launching the second product like you helped for the first product? Arshad, you have lifetime access to the community, lifetime access to the training, and you get that whole year's access to all of the platforms and tools. So you will more than likely be launching a second product in that first year. And from there, you will get access to training. So yes, we absolutely help you launch that second product. And I just want to welcome Glida, George, Shethal, all into the community. Recently just joined the last few minutes. Welcome to the family, guys. Welcome. I can't wait for you to start the training and get going on this journey. So we got one here from Soldrin. Can we do the Amazon business from Canada? And the answer to that is absolutely yes, you can. You can do this business from Canada. We have many Canadian members selling in the United States, doing very well, and then actually expanding over into Canada. Now, there's not as much volume in Canada. There's not as many sales happening in Canada, but we see a lot of success, and we have many members in Canada doing well in the US. So yes, you can, absolutely. We got a thank you for answering my question, no worries. David Mills, eventually working up to 1 million a month. Absolutely, David. Okay, so David Mills says, I'm also interested in fast tracking sales to get to 500,000 a year in sales. David, the fastest way to getting there is just implementing the system, putting more time in. So yes, you can build this business in 1 to 2 hours a day. But if you can put more time in that, you can move faster, you can build this business faster, and you can absolutely achieve numbers like that. Like I say, you saw Channing there, who I think that was the second year of her business, generated 500,000 in a single month in this business. And I believe that was year 2 or 3 of the business. I think it was year 2. Next one we've got, let's have a look. We've got a lot of questions around taxes and filing advice. You have to speak to tax professionals, understand that Amazon are under pressure to collect the sales tax. You don't have to create the business until you've got selling and doing this you can do this on your own and then go through. Okay, we've got a great question here, or a great comment from Michael Holland saying, is Amazon getting bigger in the UK? Yes, it is absolutely. If you actually combine the UK and Europe, there's more sales across all those platforms than there is in the US. However, you do have challenges like you have sales tax here in the UK and across Europe. You have foreign languages in Germany, Spain, Italy, France. So yes, we make a lot of sales in those platforms, but we advise starting on Amazon.com in the US because that's where the easiest place to get started is. It's where the most sales are happening on one platform. And then down the line, once you've got 2 or 3 products and you want to expand those, you then want to expand those products, you can then expand them into the UK, into Spain, into Germany, into France. So guys, we're at 25 past. I'm going to run for another 5 minutes here. 5 minutes, which means you've got less than 5 minutes to join ASM, get that $1,000 off, which is a live only offer. You will not see this after this on the replay. That will not be available. The order form pricing will change. So if you're going to join us, take that first step, literally just try it out for 30 days, jump into the training, jump into the community. You need to go to asmnow.com/prime-day. Prime-day, it's there on your screen. Go through the order form, fill out the basic information, enter the credit card information, and you get instant access to start going through this training here today. Instead of watching Netflix this evening, jump into the training and start creating a course and a path to create that financial freedom for 2021 and achieve that financial goal. Remember that goal that we set together, that 100,000 a year so that you can put your kids through college, that $5,000 a month to retire your husband. Remember what that is and understand that this is the vehicle to get there. So to do that, asmnow.com/prime day. We only have another 5 minutes or so of questions, and then that order form is going to change. You will not see that pricing and you'll have missed that opportunity. So I want you to go ahead and go to asmnow.com/prime day and answer and complete that information to join us now in the community. And I welcome Suzanne Wozniak as well, who's literally just joined. I get these little notifications on my screen on the right hand side. Look over now and again to see those names popping up. Welcome, Suzanne, to the community. We're really pleased to have you. Okay, final questions, guys. What I want to know is there's many of you, I mean, there's hundreds of people still sat here listening to me, some 2.5 hours in. I want you to type into the chat box the words deal breaker in capital letters, deal breaker, followed by any reason that you're hesitating. Why are you still here? Why are you still sat on the fence? Why haven't you joined? Let me know in the chat box. Type deal breaker and let me know. So in the meantime, we've got Lindsay saying, do you think possibilities on Amazon are going to keep increasing? Yes. There's a big concept of Amazon and competition. There are more buyers joining Amazon every single day than there are sellers. In that environment, there is always more demand than there is supply. There is more than enough sales going around to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue and to change your life financially. So yes, absolutely, the possibilities on Amazon are always growing. Chantel says the deadline for what? So as I said, this Friday, the doors will close and you'll lose access to the bonuses, the one-on-one call, the software tools, the listing review. But I must be clear, by the end of this training, in the literally next 5 minutes or so, you do lose that $1,000 discount. So if you're even hesitating, then go ahead and do that. Janice says, deal breaker, I do not have the money. Totally understand, Janice. Stick around, look out for our trainings, look out for our free trainings and start collecting that money up. If you can put together that 997, that's how you get access today instantly. And the next payment's not due for another 30 days. Sandrine saying, very excited. Welcome. Amy saying, deal breaker, faith. Amy, I would say believe in yourself. There's no more proof than I can show you than what I've shown you here today. I'm going to go ahead actually and turn my camera on to say hello to you people. There you go. Yeah, I can't actually show you anything more, Amy, than what I've shown you here today. We've shown you real live Amazon account statistics. We've shown you the step-by-step system. We've created this program with mentors, with coaching programs, with one-on-one calls, with software tools, a 30,000 member strong community to get instant and daily support from. The only variable to all of that is you and your commitment. So providing you believe in yourself, you have faith in yourself, you can and will be successful in this business. And worst case, you have the next 30 days to try it out and no questions asked, we'll refund the money. And as long as you follow the system, which is holding yourself accountable, providing you follow the system and implement everything that we teach you here in Amazing Selling Machine, you have the next 6 months to try this business on us. And if for whatever reason that it doesn't make sense for you, for whatever reason you don't want to continue this business, which is totally fine, we will not only refund ASM, we will also buy back up to $5,000 in unsold inventory. $5,000 in unsold inventory. So I hope that gives you the faith that you need. Deal breaker. I've got David saying lack of money right now, but hoping to join by the year's end. You'd be welcome, David. Price will be different. We do open the doors at specific times. So definitely look out for that. If you can get together the 997, the payment plan's your best option in. You only have to make that one payment now, the 997, and then four consecutive payments of 997, giving you 5 total payments because we've taken off that 6th payment. So David, hope to see you in there. Students, cool. Next one. So we got Norm saying, deal breaker, you won't give me the same price that Matt Clark offered in an email. No, Norm, that's how this works. We want motivated people. This is the price and the offer here today. We incentivize you to join for all the reasons that I explained. This might be the only opportunity that we get to talk. You're more motivated now than ever. You hesitated last time and you can't get that price. Don't hesitate this time. That's my message to you, Norm. If you're serious about building this business, don't hesitate. Just join the program and get going. Okay, Aris says, deal breaker, I would like to join. I had been waiting to, but I'm cash strapped at the moment. Totally understand, Aris. Again, if you can put that 1,000 together. Now, I see a few comments around needing to speak to partners, needing to speak to a business partner. At that point, what I would say is providing you email support@amazing.com right now, before I finish here in the next 60 seconds, support@amazing.com, and type deal breaker into the subject line. We will be able to timestamp that email, and providing that you come back within 24 hours, we can talk to you about joining ASM. If you need to speak to a partner, if you need to speak to a business partner, anything like that, just email support@amazing and we'll help you out there. Now, thank you for sticking around, guys. The live attendance bonus, as I promised some 2 hours ago, is the top 20,000 product searches on Amazon Prime. And I've put days in plural because it's a couple of days. To get that, go to amazingwebinars.com/prime-products and we'll get you access to that. That will be taken down soon, so go ahead and do that now. amazingwebinars.com/prime-products. That will give you the top 20,000 product searches on Amazon, and there's a gold mine of stuff in there. But for now, this is the last moment. The price will be changing very soon. Go to asmnow.com/prime-day. Prime-day. We look forward to welcoming you in the community. And for everyone that's joined, you've literally just taken the first step, and I can't wait for you to see your future. For those that haven't, for whatever reason, stick with us, hang around, see what other stuff we come out with the training, consume and absorb. The more you absorb, the more you understand. And if you do have that $1,000 available, go ahead and reserve your spot right now for a one-time investment of $997, followed by that 5 payments of $997, and you get instant access to the community. But that's it. I've been going 2.5 hours. I hope I delivered all of the value that we promised. And thank you for being here with us today. To all our new members, welcome. I cannot wait to see you in the community. And in the background, thank you to Rich, to Sonia, to Michael, to Tina, and everyone else who's supporting in the background, answering all the thousands of questions that we received in the last 2.5 hours. It's been a great event, and we will see you and talk to you very soon. Thanks, guys.